Heavyweights has the best sports fans in the world. That's why they deserve the best sports coverage in the world. We are the Woodward Sports Network.
What up, though? Welcome to Woodward Heavyweights live from downtown Detroit and Nemo's, brought to you by White Claw.
Iconic Nemos.
What'd you say?
Iconic Nemos.
Iconic Nemo's.
Yes.
So iconic. I've had 12 people tell me to try the burger.
Yes, me too.
I've been here before, and no one's ever. I mean, now.
We got some.
Let's go, man.
Shout out to. I'm not a raw onion guy,
Okay.
so I take the onions off. But
maybe it's part of the burger.
And shout out to White Claw and Ven Johnson. We are here, part of the White Claw Tigers tour. This is our first stop.
Tour.
They've got these Dylan small batch distillers. It's
I didn't know
a
those were a
gin
thing.
cocktail. It is delicious. Like, you guys know that I classically conditioned myself to not like mint. Like, you remember that story about how I ate all the mint when I was a little kid and threw up?
Did not.
Okay, well, that's Spark Notes, that's what happened.
And you asked for another one.
It's really good.
I had to give you another one, yeah.
It's just a hint of mint is why. It's not overpowering. This is tangerine lemon with a hint of mint. They're gin cocktails. Shout out Dylan. Shout out the Dylan's people over there. It's really good. Come check it out. Just a hint. Oh, toast. Yeah, this is the Nemo's burger. Terry said it's the best burger.
Terry, Sean, everyone.
One bite review, you know the rules.
That is a tasty burger.
Confirm, good burger. Can confirm.
I'll be happy to test later too if we want more opinions.
Yeah. I kind of want to do a burger tour.
I'd definitely do a burger tour.
I've yet to be like
Burger
not
tour.
impressed.
Yeah.
Shout
I'm
out.
down.
I love
Shout out
burgers.
to Birdie and Chris
Me
and
too.
Nick in the house
We can
as
tell.
well.
Sure.
What up?
Brady, Terry, intern
Glad
Ryan.
everyone made it. It was
I don't know which.
Spinny crashed out in the group chat today.
I did crash out.
Yeah.
I got like 5 texts separately from other people like, hey, might not make it tonight. I was like, dude, what the fuck? So, and I was at the gym while it was happening. So, yeah.
Your adrenaline's already going.
Crashed out a little bit, but I went home.
That's fair.
I smoked a joint. I started feeling better. And
Okay.
everybody showed up. So it's
We're all here.
we're all here.
Yeah.
We're all good.
Well, it's because you said you'd murder our families, but that's besides the point.
We're gonna
You
do
know.
it again next time.
We should do it again next time just to fuck
Yeah.
with
We're
it.
gonna
I
coordinate.
wish we didn't have
the
that discussion live now, so it could be like low key.
Yeah, murder your family. Murder your family. You know?
Spencer, you never worry because we are always going to show up for the superstar.
All
Don't
right,
worry,
all
we
right,
got
all
you.
right. That's a relationship repair right
That was a good
there.
one. That was a good one. Speaking of the superstar, Chris Rodriguez with his 3rd home run.
Another bomb.
last night?
He hit one today.
Today.
Absolute missile.
Wow.
105 off the bat, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Yeah, the international prospect, the highest international prospect, hit another home run. I actually texted our guy Rogelio earlier
Shout
today
out.
to get his thoughts, and I asked him, have you ever seen a hotter start to professional ball than what Chris Rodriguez is doing? No. Flat out. Summer ball wise, in the DSL, Tigers wise,
Who is
no.
this?
Shout out to
Shout out Rogelio, Tigers minor league report.
Shout out to the DSLs, bro.
Yeah.
But,
Dominican Summer League, baby.
Have you ever seen anything hotter?
You ever seen a bigger DSL, man?
I
No,
mean,
but
Dominicans do got the DSLs.
Dominicans mostly do have the DSLs. But no, it's awesome. It's awesome. Love Chris Rodriguez. Great to see him at speaking of superstars,
Yes, sir.
transcendent generational superstar Kevin McGonigal,
Preach.
absolutely insane last night. He was 4 for 4 with 4 runs, 2 doubles, and a dong that just absolutely jumped out of the building. Nick, tell us about the kid.
Yeah, Kevin McGonigal, hopefully he sticks around at shortstop or third base. They kind of preview him to go second or third, but if he can ultimately stay at short, you're legitimately looking at a guy that can hit 310, 320 in the major leagues, 850 plus OPS type guy, gets on base. He walks way more than he strikes out. You're looking at one of the best bat to ball skills I've ever seen come up throughout the minors. That's legitimately what you're looking at. I believe ultimately he has a higher ceiling than Max Clark, the man, the myth, the legend, who is still a superstar to be, but Kevin McGonigal is a stud, and he's crushing. Double-A is calling him very soon, Spencer.
Studs, superstars, and DSLs. The Tigers prospect is looking good, man. No, it's awesome to see this generational, or not generational, organizational depth that Scott Harris built, because Broder made a good point to it the other day, and little tease for Woodward Tigers coming out tomorrow. He talked about how Scott Harris is not
Shout
just
out.
the GM. Scott Harris is not the GM of the Tigers. He's the president of baseball operations. That means his job is to create winners on every single level for this organization, and he has done so extremely quickly. So shout out to Scott Harris for taking care of business already, man. Hopefully the dream stays alive. And speaking of which, speaking of organizational depth, we got some breaking news. Nick, would you like to share it to the masses?
The breaking news from the Detroit Tigers and the medical update is that sub-3 ERA starting pitcher Reese Olson, who has been dealing with an injury, is headed to Toledo to make a rehab start as soon as tomorrow with AAA Toledo. And joining him is super utility man, play right field, center field,
Superstar
third base,
utility.
right-handed hitter, Matt Vierling. Big-time news, 2 contributors of this magical run last season. I mean, what more can you say than a team that's 20 games over 500, best team in the American League, are going to get 2 key contributors back. Does it have you feeling nicey, Spencer?
It's got me feeling real nicey. Dude, no, it's obviously, that's what you love to hear. There were different reports you heard on Vierling. Maybe the injury's a little worse than we expected. Scott Harris came out and said that we're going to have him back soon, so you'd like to see that. Him going up to AAA, obviously that is a great thing. And, yeah, Reese Olson, hopefully he's just one start in AAA and then ready to go, because having him to kind of solidify that rotation after Job gets injured would be huge. And shout out to Nemo's. Iconic Nemo's, as Terry corrected me earlier. That is a damn good burger.
Dude, whoever made that burger is for sure a dad.
For sure, Dad.
Like certified dad.
There was some elbow grease in that burger for sure, and I'm talking about the good type of
There's a
elbow
lot of
grease.
pissed off at the kids in that
Who was-
burger.
yeah.
It really comes out. It tastes amazing.
I'm
Phenomenal.
drinking,
I got the blackberry lemon. That's
blackberry
the one.
lemon ones, dude. I'm telling you,
He went from not liking mint to mint. I don't know what's going on.
It's not. It's like it's a hint of mint, just a hint of mint. This is the
Yeah.
blackberry lemon one. Oh wow.
It's amazing.
Oh wow. That's
Whoever
wow.
made this is a mom. No, I was kidding. No, for
These
whoever
are,
made
how
that
much?
burger
What
is for
percent
sure
are
dad.
these?
I don't know.
5% too? Yeah, dude. These are
Great question.
What? Talk
Shout
about
out to White Claw. Shout out
Talk
to
about
Dylan's.
on a boat, you got some Creed blasting in the background, slamming these boys, dude.
Creed in the boat?
What are you talking about?
Sounds
Hey,
like a hot
I
summer
just-
day.
With all that old Yeah.
I just
These
want
are
the
great
record.
summer drinks.
I just want the
Front of the
record to
boat
know
till I
there was
catch your
somebody in the chat, Birdie. Who was it that said Just a fan said in the chat, in typical heavyweights fashion, the 2 fat guys are eating while the skinny boys are starving.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That is true. That is
They'll
true.
eat once we eat our fill. That's how it works around
Yeah,
here.
I'm not mad at it. I'm sure they're not mad at it. I mean, they're skinny for a reason.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie, I could put down a Boyga right now. I'm trying to
Boyga.
I'm eyeing it like the guy from I Think You Should Leave. I'm eyeing those burgers.
I should have got that.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not gonna lie. I've seen Chris bow a burger. Like
Chris,
I'm talking.
I've
like,
never seen it faster, Easy.
I don't know, dude. Honestly, I would take Chris in the eating competition.
Oh,
Maybe
no,
over all
I've
of us.
seen Chris. You're right. I've never seen a burger get put down faster
It's
than
pure
Chris eating a burger.
survival.
You seen it too?
Yes.
Yeah, Chris is.
At Buffalo Wild Wings of all places.
It's
It was
just survival.
It's crazy, Smitty.
You know who would be a dangerous person? He'd be drunk Chris playing poker
I think just 'cause, like,
would be
it's like this,
dangerous. He has just an unlimited amount of confidence when he gets drunk. He thinks
Yeah.
He thinks he's
That is
Superman.
true.
He thinks he's Superman.
That is
So, like, if you're playing poker with drunk Chris, he'd be like all in, and he'd
That
have
sounds
nothing.
like content I need.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I need to see drunk Chris
Drunk Chris
Tell
playing
cammed
poker.
up at a
Bulletproof.
poker game.
Bulletproof. I said this years ago. It won't. A certain artist that shall not be named these days because he's not as popular. But I compare drunk me to that level of ego.
Yeah.
You know?
no.
did he?
no.
Jesus, Spencer.
Chris
Jesus.
comparative drug self.
Stream demonetized.
No.
No.
I'm kidding.
He's not Voldemort,
For example, I mean, some of the people that watched the
He's
show
kind
after
of a
saw this
Superman.
video, we played it on air. Nick had this much beer left in a cup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris had a full fucking
Full
cup.
beer.
It was
I
like
could do it.
$20. I'll beat him right now.
I'll do a rematch too. I'm down.
Yeah, we gotta do that again. That was
Shout
a fun
out
night.
to Iconic Nemo.
Hey.
Shout out to White Claw. Shout out to Ven Johnson. Shout out
Yes.
to Brady. Shout out to everybody here for making it happen, man. These are good times. It's a good spot to hit before the Tigers game. If you're coming down to the game, come down here and try some of these Dylan's Small Batch Distillers gin cocktails, dude. I'm telling you, these are money. Like, you guys know I'm a seltzer man. These aren't seltzers.
I'm a seltz man.
Also, boys,
So
we
just
also
a splash of soda. So you get a little fizz, but not all the carbonation. Delicious stuff.
Little fizz, all the biz. Dylan's Small Batch.
A little fizz, all the biz.
we are on pace too for another Game 7, by the way, boys. We are on pace for a run it back.
It's looking like it's not sizing up for a Monday, though, which is beneficial to everybody
What
in
is
the
it, like
world.
a Tuesday?
How do you do a Game 7 on a Monday? Yes.
That was the night?
Yes.
That was
yeah.
it.
Ridiculous.
Oh, yeah, because you guys slammed the pint in the car before you went in
I
the
think it
bar.
was a
I didn't even
fifth.
realize it until like Chris went and started talking. I'm like, how long have we been in here?
Yeah, you guys, I invited these guys out with my real-life friends, and they embarrassed me.
Dude, I was so drunk that I
we
ate
should
my
embarrass.
burger, and I didn't realize I ate a burger, and somebody else brought their burger, and I was like, oh, thanks.
Yeah. Well, he was like bitching too after he ate his burger.
Yeah.
That's the best guy eats burgers, by the way.
It's like when Patrick eats,
was literally
eats the chocolate bar. Which one of you wise guys ate my burger? No, I'm serious. No, that was a great time. We definitely got to do that again.
I'm so down.
That was a lot of fun.
That was great.
That was a good time.
But, yeah, we got a lot to talk about today. Obviously, we're going to break down what happened yesterday with the Detroit Tigers. You love to see a victory. Skubal start. You can pencil it in. Even though we're going to go to break after I say this, TARIK SKUBAL had his, B stuff yesterday. Like, he didn't have his best
He had a
stuff.
walk.
That was like his B. He had 2 walks.
2 walks, yeah.
And he still went 7 scoreless with 6 strikeouts. The guy is just absolutely a freak.
It was almost entertaining to see, he was so psycho out there.
Yeah.
I wanted to see how he would react to the walk. He shook it off.
It was great. It was delicious.
Yes, that
My
was great.
compliments to whoever made that burger.
I got to know if he's a dad. I'm going to find that out by the end of the night.
Yeah, he's got to be a dad.
He's for sure a dad. That's
If he's
a
not a
badass
dad,
burger.
he is dead now. That burger was his child, and I ate his
Daddy.
child. All right.
Clip that.
Do we have?
We
do
do
have the
White Claw.
reads? White Claw. I can talk about White Claw.
Yeah,
without a
you
read.
could talk about White Claw.
Shout out to White Claw. We're here at the White Claw Tigers Tour. Make sure you guys, if you're pre-gaming anywhere downtown, you know you should go with White Claws. You got the black cherry here. Absolute money. White Claws. It's an institution. They started everything. You guys know everybody's got a seltzer now, right? Everybody's got this. Everybody's got that. It all started with White Claw. The black cherry, you can't go wrong. We'll be back here at Iconic Nemo's for the White Claw Tigers Tour.
The boys of summer are here, and Woodward Sports is all over the Motor City with the White Claw Tigers Tour. Come party with Woodward Sports, watch the Tigers, and sip on some White Claw all summer long. The best bars, big giveaways, live events, and a party that only Woodward Sports can throw. Ain't no party like a Woodward Sports party. Join us Friday, May 23rd from 5 to 7 with the Heavyweights at McShane's in Detroit for the White Claw Tigers Tour, brought to you by White Claw, Easttown, and Ven Johnson. The boys of summer are here.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. VenFights.com.
The bad boys of Detroit sports media are here. We won't back down. We are Woodward Sports, Detroit's #1 sports network.
Listen, we're downtown here at the iconic Nemo's Bar and Grill in Detroit. I just had one of the best burgers I've ever had in my life. You can come get that same burger. I honestly can't think of a better place to pregame a Tigers game. You know why? You come here, get some drinks, have the best burger in the city, and then they will shuttle you to the Tigers game.
Yes.
What are you talking about?
The Lions games as well.
Lions games as well. Nemo's is the spot. Come down here. We're here for the White Claw and Ven Johnson Tigers Tour. Come join us. It's the iconic Nemo's Bar and Grill.
Yeah, back when I had my season tickets, I took my uncle for one of the first times that we had gone together with my tickets. And I went to go pay for parking, and he spazzed out on me. You've never fucking been to Nemo's.
Yeah.
He's like, that's like everyone goes to Nemo's. You're supposed to come to Nemo's, start of the game. It's like the best way to do it. And that's
Makes
how I found out
sense.
about Nemo's.
Makes sense.
The iconic,
The
legendary Nemos.
iconic Nemos.
Too bad Unky Fred didn't tell me about these burgers, though.
Yeah, sorry, Unky Fred.
I do got beef with that.
Or Dylan's Small Batch Distillers.
Yeah.
They got those gin drinks, man. Those things are chronic.
Come on, Uncle Fred.
Fred.
You're sleeping, man.
Come on, Fred.
All right, we got to get out of the way
ON?
just briefly here if you want to. We're going to jump right into school.
Is Fred the ON?
No. No. Are you allowed to say that?
I mean, am I? I don't know.
I don't know. No, that's my cousin Ronald. Shout out Ronald.
Shout out Ronald.
No, we're not talking hockey. We're talking scoop.
We're talking scoop.
ERA just jumped into 1.99
Yeah.
on the dot.
Yeah, I saw someone tweet it, Chris. I don't know if we have the graphic in there or not, but over his last 52 starts, I believe it is, he's only allowed 70-something runs?
76 earned runs. You're seeing it here.
76 earned runs in his last 52 starts. That is just absolutely insane. TARIK SKUBAL is the best pitcher in the world. TARIK SKUBAL is an absolute horse. He's a lefty who throws 102. And like I said it before the break, that yesterday he didn't have his A-plus stuff.
No.
He didn't. He was a little bit off. He walked 2 batters. That doesn't happen. Shame on him. He allowed a jam because he walked a batter and then had an absolute bloop seeing eye single. I don't know. Maybe he's got to get sent down to AAA for a spell. No, but this guy, that's an off night for him.
It's crazy.
7 innings, no earned runs, 6 strikeouts,
Yeah.
and 2 walks is an off night for the way this guy has been pitching recently. It's otherworldly stuff.
So this is from MLB. His last 4 starts, 30 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 0.29 ERA.
Yeah.
Like,
That doesn't make sense.
I love that it came right after your now infamous beef with Rob Parker.
Is it infamous?
That's not infamous yet, but it's infamous to me. That was fucking. I texted you after that. I was like, "That's fucking awesome."
Yeah, felt good.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen you on Twitter, by the way,
Killing
too.
old heads.
I've seen you tag at MLB Bro underneath all these Scoobals posts, as you should.
As I should.
As you should.
Yeah, I guess ERA's, Rob Parker's going to say ERA's not important anymore or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
Come outside, old man. Come outside. Terry whooped your ass in real life, and I whooped your ass in an argument. Right, Terry? That's right.
That's right.
Shout out to Terry Foster,
Shout out
absolute
to Uncle
legend.
T.
Probably, like I said it so many times, Terry is one of the biggest inspirations in my life. He's one of the reasons I'm sitting here today.
dude, yes, absolutely.
He is the godfather of Detroit media.
It is. I remember, like, specifically, I just graduated. I was going to Macomb, and I was working at this party store. And I was making pizzas in the back, and I just had my phone. And I always get yelled at the boss because you want to know why? I was listening to Uncle T.
Yeah.
And Mike just duke it out.
Yeah.
Every single day, religiously.
Every day.
And it made me not hate my life because all my boys were out at, at Michigan State or
Yeah.
Central and shit like that. I'm like, I'm at home fucking making pizza. Like, I don't know. But
Yeah.
it was Uncle T. That was the highlight of my day.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Uncle T. And,
Shout out to Uncle T.
Truly a legend.
Listen to him every day. I used to read his articles. My dad would
See, I never learned how to read.
My dad-
So, like, I never.
would give me the sports page after he was done with it.
Yeah.
And I would always read Terry's articles, and then I used to call into their show. I was gold list on Terry and Mike
Nice.
when I was working at a car dealership.
Yeah.
And so my drive home from work every day, Terry and Mike were on. So I'd call in like every day, and I got to the point where they wouldn't even screen me. They'd just send me right through and put me on.
Hi, this is Spencer Raxter. I just think you guys are really awesome.
No, I remember I had a terrible take. It was like a super bold, outlandish claim that the Detroit sports had the 3 big utility positions in their sports locked up for the next 10 years. I was like, James McCann, Andre Drummond, and Peter Mrazek are going to be the guys
Yikes.
for the next 10 years at the center position, the catcher spot, and the goalie spot.
That's how it is when you're young, man. Like,
I was
you're bought
dialed.
in.
I was like, they're the future. I remember that. I got torn up. That shit was funny.
From one legend, Terry Foster, to another legend that used to pitch for the Detroit Tigers, that's what I came to the equation to last night, is that TARIK SKUBAL currently right now is pitching better than Justin Verlander ever had in a Tiger uniform. The numbers back it. The eye test backs it for me. I have never seen a more dominant pitcher on a mound throughout any baseball game I've ever watched than what TARIK SKUBAL is doing right now. He has better numbers currently than JV's MVP season And it's not just the numbers. It's the eye test to back it. Like you said, B stuff last night. Doesn't matter. 7 scoreless, walks 2, gives up 3 hits if I'm not mistaken, only has 6 Ks. Everyone's like, what? What's wrong with Skubal? He only had 6 strikeouts in 7 innings. Like, that's the type of stuff that he's doing. He's leading the league in all the key categories when it comes to strikeouts per 9, walks per 9, and he is demolishing Verlander in both of those categories as well with a sub-2 ERA. I'm not saying he's a better Tiger pitcher of all time. I'm saying I've never seen somebody pitch as dominant as TARIK Skubal is pitching right now.
Nick, you're right. There has never been a Detroit Tigers player that has thrown the baseball that was better than what TARIK Skubal is doing right now. He is pitching at Cy Young MVP level. If it wasn't for Aaron Judge having arguably the best season in the history of baseball, he would be the front runner for MVP this season. The guy is just absolutely nuts. We're talking about like when he finishes this season, you're going to be comparing this season to like Sandy Koufax and Randy Johnson and Nolan Ryan and guys like that. Like, that's the level of pitching we're seeing out of TARIK Skubal right now. He is just a big horse lefty that throws 100+ miles an hour, and he's a psychopath, dude.
That's my favorite part.
I absolutely love him.
I love watching.
Chris Ilitch has to sign him for the rest of his life. You have to. I don't care how much money it costs. I don't care if it's $500 million for 12 years. You sign TARIK Skubal to be a Tiger for the rest of his life.
Yeah, I think he just did an interview recently. I think it was like 10 years, 440.
10 years, 425.
425.
On Pardon My Take is the number that was brought up.
Do it.
And he said, "Oh yeah, that sounds good."
Obviously, he would. I mean, either
laughing
way,
about it.
It's
like,
going to be.
Oh yeah.
He's going to be the highest. It's going to be the highest paid pitcher in the history of baseball.
The cool part too is I saw something recently. MLB's up like 20%, 26% viewership from last year.
Yeah.
And I think we're just re-entering a new golden age. It's up 60% in like the 18 to 25-year-old category.
Yeah.
Even like the younger kids getting back into it.
It's the bros for Trump. They're all watching baseball.
Dude, it's a new golden age of baseball with Judge, Shohei, and now our guy Scoob is a part of that conversation too. It's fucking awesome.
They are the faces of baseball. Aaron Judge, right now, if you did a Mount Rushmore of current baseball players, when you talk about influence, it would be TARIK Skubal, Aaron Judge, Shohei Ohtani, and probably Ronald Acuna if he comes back and has another, like if he bounces back from the injury.
Like they saved the fucking sport.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. But they're all – that's how great they are individually. And like when you hear about Aaron Judge, what he's doing, okay, I got to go check that out. You hear what TARIK Skubal's doing, I got to check that out. Yeah. And on top of being a psychopath, you see what Shohei's doing. Yeah, I got to go check that out. Like greatest of all time conversations.
It's not just like they're the best pitcher in the league, or he is putting on one of the best pitching seasons in the history of baseball. It's not just Aaron Judge is the best hitter in the league. He is putting on one of the best hitting seasons in the history of baseball. It's not just Shohei Ohtani is the best player in the league. He is arguably the best player in the history of baseball. Like, these guys are not just good. They are league good, like generational league talent. It's insane, man.
All time good. I mean, think about how good Justin Verlander is. We now have conceded that he's
if TARIK Skubal finishes this year the way he is right now, which would be absolutely insane, it would probably be the greatest pitching season of all time.
Pound for pound.
Pound for pound, for sure. Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. And it's just every time he's on the mound, this team definitely like plays with a swagger. I mean, obviously this run support's not always there. Sometimes a tough matchup, but I just believe it's the ace factor. It's like the dominance factor. It's the confidence factor. And he just has so much confidence in himself where he makes the hitters, fear him straight up. Like he yells at you. He will moonwalk off the mound. Like I've never seen a more dominance like in any sport. Take him yelling at people. Like last night when he was like sweating like profusely because it was so muggy out in Baltimore, I was a little scared. He was like, kind of warming up. I'm like, what the heck is going on? And then the announcers just kept talking about, he's just going to the back, switching his shirt, getting the sweat all out. I was worried, scared shitless because I'm like, big warrior, can't let your TARIK Skubal get hurt.
Shit, Nick, you were
exactly.
worried?
Yeah, I was scared. But the TARIK Skubal contract, I wholeheartedly believe he will be here for the rest of his career.
I do too.
don't think that there is a chance for him to be doing what he's doing. You can't let him leave.
You cannot.
It doesn't matter what the number is. I think it obviously starts with a 4, like as in 40 million.
400.
Yeah, 40 million per.
40 a
that
year.
starts with that. I'm thinking at least 43 because Zach Wheeler makes 42 million. Broder and I get into some projections. Check it out, 10 a.m. Sunday, Woodward Tigers. It's our 3rd episode. We get into a lot of Skubal talk. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Shout out to TARIK SKUBAL. Shout out to Woodward Tigers.
Shout out. Thank you, Spenny.
Yeah, you might hear another generational superstar. that might be where that
It's
argument
looking
started.
better and better and better.
Honestly, it's fucking crazy.
So, because we're just doing the 2, are we allowed to go over a little bit? Because we got a video on TARIK SKUBAL.
Yeah. We got
He's not just a psychopath competitor. He's also a team guy, too.
We got a video of TARIK SKUBAL who, like, TARIK SKUBAL, he's number 2 on my drink a beer list. He's number 2.
Who's number 1?
It was Dan Campbell. He's number 2 on my Slam a White Claw with list because dude's just a total bro. He is such a bro. But here's what TARIK SKUBAL had to say. This is about, like, his teammates and stuff, right?
This is about, So you know how he did 96, and then everyone's like, why did he get pulled? Why did AJ pull him? Well, it's just AJ's so fucking good. He has so much respect for AJ. The way he manages the game, he's like, it's probably the best decision. If he's making that call, I'm going to go with it.
That's what the whole team thinks, dude.
Yes, man.
That's why when somebody gets sent down or if somebody's getting benched, nobody bitches about it because they are all like, if AJ Hinch is doing the move, it's probably the right move.
Yes.
And more often than not, it is.
Yeah, and I remember specifically back in the day, Scherzer would literally, like, he'd be bitching Jim Leland out.
Oh, he barks.
Yeah.
Scherzer used to bark.
Like he's about to scrap or something like that. But here's TARIK SKUBAL talking about AJ Hinch, lock it in, and just being a good teammate.
Jim Leland
He's so
was
smart.
ripping
AJ's, I mean, he's the best manager in the game. So
breath
wherever
first.
he wants to take the game or whatever he wants to do, the matchups that he wants to create from the bullpen coming in, I'm never gonna doubt that. Like I'm never gonna doubt that. And during that game where it was a complete game, I didn't think I gave him a reason to take me out of the game. And most times you can give him a reason to take, like if you watch the last couple innings, maybe you're spraying a little bit, you're not getting as much weak contact, it's getting a little loud. Okay, we're going to the bullpen, right? So he's very smart about that, and he does a ton of research. You know, you walk by his office, he's got his laptop up, and if you just walk in to just talk about whatever, he'll be going over matchups of pockets he wants to create for relievers that come in to face this certain part of the lineup, and then they're going to pinch hit for these guys, and then I actually want this guy to get the pinch hit for. It's like, it's insane. He's really good at his job.
He's thinking plays ahead.
No doubt.
Innings ahead.
No doubt.
Yeah.
It feels like it feels like every move that is made during the game, pinch hit, bullpen move, whatever happens, it feels like it's always in our advantage, which I love.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I'm trying to win. So if he's giving me the handshake, it's like, one, I probably gave him a reason to take me out of the game. Maybe I'm walking guys or my velocity's starting to decline, or it's getting a little loud. You know, maybe the quality of contact, it went from being, you know, pretty low exit velos to now they're getting to the hundreds or 104, and there's maybe a play at the fence, and he always protects his guys too. He always protects his starters. He doesn't ever want his starter, like if his starter's pitching really well, he doesn't ever want the starter to kind of pitch himself into a loss after a really good day, just because it puts a sour taste in your mouth. So I trust him a ton in that.
There you have it. TARIK SKUBAL's kind of talking about his respect for AJ and the fact that he's always in the game. He's like 5 steps ahead of everybody.
Yeah, and I literally said that same exact thing on air last year with the whole Torque getting sent down, Javi getting benched, stuff like that.
Yeah.
The Abanya, this team knows, like, if he's doing it, it's probably the right decision.
For the best.
It's probably going to better the team, and more often than not, it does. More often than not, it works out, and he knows what he's doing. He is the best manager in baseball, and it's not close.
Yeah.
And it's just awesome what they got going right now, man. Shout out to Houston for firing him.
Shout out to Brady.
Shout out to Brady.
Shout out to Houston. I mean, they're still pretty good.
Shout out to Houston for firing him. Yeah, they won. But shout out to that. You love – it's just like what we talk about with Kate Cunningham.
Yeah.
You love a humble superstar. Skubal's a fucking dog. He's an animal out there. He's going to scream in your face when he strikes you out. But you could tell, like, that he's not a diva. He's not this guy who's like, I need my money or I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Like, he's such a bro, dude.
He's trying to go 9 for the ego of it.
Yeah.
You know?
We have so mmany good superstars in Detroit right now. It's crazy.
He is so intense, though, that AJ doesn't have a conversation with him. It's just a handshake.
Yeah. They know.
You know, it's just
notice,
that's it.
I I need somebody to go tell me the last time Chris Fetter went out to see Skubal. I don't think Chris Fetter has gone out to see Skubal once this year. Maybe the Dodgers start. Maybe.
Last year he got hurt on that one jumped up and popped him. That was the only time he tried making a catch. He
because even yesterday when he walked the guy and then he let up the bloop, it was just Dingler went out there and talked to him and went back. Fetter
he didn't look that pissed off, surprisingly enough.
Fetter knows this guy is. There's nothing you could say to him. He knows it all, and he's good enough to get out of any jam, dude. I'm with you, Nick. He is pitching a Cy Young MVP level right now. It's just he's not going to win the MVP because of Aaron Judge.
Yeah, it's just one of those seasons for sure where he doesn't really have a chance. But when it comes to A.J. Hinch, I think it just ultimately speaks to the respect that he has of these players because he was in the mud with these guys when they were coming up, the Spencer Torkelsons, the Riley Greens, the TARIK Skubals, the Casey Mizes. All of these guys were brought up together, and they struggled. They were a very bad baseball team for a couple seasons when A.J. Hinch first got here, but he was implementing all of the right things when it comes down to it. And I recently spoke to Kyle Tucker of the Chicago Cubs, and he was in the Astros when he was coming up in that organization, and he spoke to the ability, the fact that A.J. Hinch, what made him different from other managers is that he treated everybody like family. Like he knew how to talk to the players. It was a family atmosphere where he's like Dom Savino or whatever it was. I don't know. But basically, he looks at his players, and especially the young guys. I wasn't a Fast and Furious guy. That was a terrible time to do it.
Doug Savino.
Doug Savino. Yeah, but ultimately he looks at these guys like family and like mutuals, that he has a door open policy where he's always going to be in there studying the tape. So when you go in there or you do get pulled at a situation, you know it is the best time and best matchup for this team. It might not be for you, like when Kerry Carpenter got pulled the other night, fellas, after making an unreal highlight catch for Jahmai Jones.
Yeah. Speaking of which, his first at-bat.
Exactly. They pulled Kerry Carpenter.
That guy picking you
Boom.
for that at-bat.
Exactly, and it works most of the time. You know, the other night it didn't when Dylan Dingler pinch hit for Jake Rogers, and then Jahmai Jones gets the pinch hit for McKinstry.
But you almost did it last night. He pinched hit for, was it Kerry or somebody, and he rocketed one, but he just missed it. It was a warning track out. Warning track power, shout out.
It's the fact that nobody's bigger than the team, not even TARIK Skubal. You know, so for him to say this, I think it's just a testament to how tight-knit that these players are and how you have the right guy managing them, and that's the reason they're 20 games over 500.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. It's not, you don't have a Shohei Ohtani. You don't have an Aaron Judge. I mean, you got a TARIK Skubal, but like batting-wise, it's a team game, and they're playing like last night. We're going to go to break. We're going to come back. We're going to talk about a little bit of the trade deadline and stuff because
we got that Brad Holmes. I see you in the chat, Dr. Clapping Cheeks. You got some news on Big Z. I don't know if it's so great.
We got Brad Holmes stuff. Easy's crashing out, but the Tigers 2-5 hitters went 0 for 16 last night, but they still won 4-1 because a guy like Parker Meadows goes up there and fucking leans into one. And just
shout to him for finally getting one, by the way.
Yeah, it was good to see him get his first homer of the year. The pop's still there. Obviously, he didn't look 100%, looked a little rusty. Hopefully that's something that's going to jolt him back into superstar contention. But let's go to break. We'll come back. We're going to talk about the offense. We're going to talk about Parker Meadows, and we're going to talk about the trade deadline. But first, let me tell you about Ven Johnson Law. Justice. It just means different things to different people. But whether it's a settlement or a verdict, justice is always worth the fight. If you've got a case, contact the fighters at Ven Johnson Law today and get the justice you deserve. Tough, tenacious trial lawyers. Ven Johnson Law.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle. They were talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Thank you to all the fans for making Woodward Sports your #1 online destination for Detroit sports. We promise not to drop the ball.
The iconic Nemo's Bar and Grill downtown. Terry Foster, Sean Belize, Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, they all tried to tell me, but I don't think any of them did it justice, just how good that burger was, man. You got to come down here and get one for yourself. Like I said, I can't think of a better place to enjoy a couple White Claws and go to a Tigers game. They will shuttle you to the game. They will shuttle you from Nemo's to the game, so you can come here, drink all the White Claws you want. We're here for the White Claw Tigers Tour, presented by Ven Johnson and White Claw. Shout out to the iconic Nemo's Bar and Grill for having us. It's a great spot.
Shout out and welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights Live on sports.com. Again, as Spinny said, we are downtown Nemo's Bar. Pull up. Drink.
Yeah, shout out to these Dylan Smallbet. These are really good.
Same
distillers, yeah.
Wow. They're killing it.
They're killing it. Dude, like I said, White Claw, they started all of it. It was, everybody's got a seltzer now. You got High C seltzers and
Sunny D
seltzers and Monster seltzers. White Claw literally started it.
The OGs.
They're the OGs. They're the institution. Name brand, like Blue Magic.
All right, couple places we could take this thing. We had the Tigers trade deadline that we had on here for yesterday.
Yeah.
We got the Brad Holmes, Za'Darius Smith stuff. That's new. That's probably the two hottest ones left on here, to be honest with you.
I say we do this last Tigers.
Then go Lions.
Do Lions, and then we'll recap, and then we'll preview the Tigers at the end.
All right.
Yeah, we got to talk about Parker and Dylan Dingler a little bit.
Got to talk about Dingles. Got to talk, and Javi Baez.
Hey, yo.
Javi Baez, 2 hits and a run scored. You like to see him getting that on-base percentage up. So
hallelujah.
That guy Neil can watch his mouth how you're talking about my boy, or I'll come at your head top, you know? But
is Neil on board yet, Spenny?
No,
we should see if Javi has a cameo and get Neil one.
That would be awesome. I mean, we just had Nick do it. We got to Tigers.
Yeah, Nick.
Shout out. See, Tigers fans are ready. The city is alive. They're the best team in the American League, and this city knows it.
Yes, sir.
And when you're all toasted on those White Claws that you're going to be, you got to shuttle to the game from Nemo's. That's the best way to do it. You come here, you park, you get a shuttle to the game. Best spot in town with the best burger.
Yeah, it is. It is the best burger.
I won't do it.
You try it, Chris. I'm literally watching you do it. You're not going to get me.
I thought about it.
But this Tigers offense last night, obviously they won 4-1. They had Skubal on the mound, so he shut it down. But I said before the break, the 2 through 6 hitters were 0 for 16 yesterday. A couple walks sprinkled through there, but still no hits. You don't like to see that. But you do like to see, as Nick alluded to, Parker Meadows leaning into a big 3-run bomb. Dylan Dingler keeps swinging a hot stick. He had a solo shot. Javi Baez with a couple hits. That's what won you the game. And that is, I don't want to say the Sky Harris effect, because all those guys were here before Sky Harris, but that's how deep this Tigers team is now. That's how good this offense has been, to where your best hitters can all do terrible, but you got a couple guys that'll pick you up, and when you got your horse on the mound, that'll be enough to win a game.
It's a weird way to go about it, because like you said, we don't have any true superstars. It's just one guy stepping up every other night. The most consistent guy I'd probably say is Riley Green. After that, I mean, Torque comes in pretty clutch sometimes.
Torque, then probably Dingler, honestly.
Yeah, shout out to fucking Dingler, man.
Yeah.
It's like the biggest differences in these teams are these young guys. Like you said, young guys in spots, like in the biggest moments, it feels like. Who was the other guy you want to talk about, Nick?
Ding dong. I love that you're the one that brought that up the first time. I'm saying it in post-game videos. I'm saying it in post-game videos.
It's a dong show, dude.
Dong show, baby.
Strictly dong show. Yeah,
We're
Dylan Dingler.
Dong, bro.
So last season when this team went on the crazy run, Dylan Dingler wasn't doing anything. Jake Rogers was the catcher and hitting for this team, and you weren't getting quality at-bats out of Jake Rogers. I mean, I'm just going to call it how it was.
Bad.
Every now and then he would run
Thomas
into
Vito,
a home run. Thomas Nito wasn't on this team. But
no, I'm saying this year.
He's still
Yeah,
on the
He's
team.
hot this year. Yeah,
Triple A still. We got
now.
secret weapon. Secret
Maybe.
weapon, just in case.
But to have a catcher
than
that is a
my
positive OPS, like he is above at league average right now.
All-star, dude.
All-star Dingler is
Borderline
he's-
superstar.
Borderline superstar.
All right, regrouped. All right.
He might be an all-star.
To
though.
have
That's
this-
the
gonna
only-
be an all-star.
Yeah, he's going to be an all-star.
He should be an all-star
He's gonna
behind
be.
Cal Raleigh, and I think to have
on us. We gotta make that
a
happen, buddy.
positive bat who, no matter what position it is, to have an above-average hitter every time he comes up from that catcher position makes your team so much more dangerous, and it makes this lineup so much deeper to put that catcher right in the. You're hitting him 6 right now in most games.
Yeah.
You know, no matter where he is, I feel like he's getting a bloop single to right, or he's hitting one out of the park. No matter how you want it, Dylan Dingler's going to give it to you.
Yeah, dude's been hitting some frozen ropes too. Is like they're not cheap shots.
Yeah.
He's not getting little Mickey Mouse home runs. Like he's hitting
He will
some-
if he needs to.
He will if he needs to. He is a guy that can do a lot, and he is. We haven't even talked about his defensive ability behind the plate. Easy's got his little baby whispering in his ear right now, but you've never, you don't get the full package of Dylan Dingler. No, go to the 2-shot, Chris. What are you doing? You don't get the full package of Dylan Dingler. You just hang dong like Easy's trying to do later. You know, shut up, put those hips back in place. But this guy, Dylan Dingler, is also an absolute menace. Have a good night, miss. Enjoy the game. Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's see it.
Enjoy fucking Jules.
There we go. Yeah. Who's got some beads? But shout out.
That would look like that from the behind.
Shout out to her, man. That's Detroit. That's what Detroit's all about.
Oh, yeah.
Old ladies trying
She's
to
from
fight.
Phoenix.
She's
Coming
from
up to see
Phoenix?
the Tigers.
Hey, look
Red
at
Hot
that, bro.
Tigers. Yeah.
Shout out Phoenix, dude. Easy's got the kills talking to him over
You know
here.
what I'm saying?
It's just
Knock the dust off that mother.
real on those
All
hips, boy. But, all right, so Dylan Dingler behind the plate, also an absolute monster. He's getting so much more comfortable calling games and coordinating pitches with this Tigers pitching staff. And we know he's got one of the best pop times and one of the best throws in the MLB. Like, he's just an absolute laser behind the plate. So, yeah, it's not just with his bat. He is an all-around all-star this year. He could be the Gold Glove catcher. Dude, go look at his pop times and his caught stealing. He is at the top of the league, if not number 1. The guy is an absolute monster behind the plate.
Yeah, speaking of that pop time and the frozen ropes that he has from behind the plate, I'm excited. I know we're going to dive into it a little bit later, but the Ellie De La Cruz trying to steal against Dylan Dingler is going to be something to look out for. That's going to be the biggest thing I'm looking out for in this series. With a Reds team that is over 500, that was crazy when I saw that.
I just literally just saw that just now.
Dude,
Yeah.
the Reds are fun
one
to
game?
watch. Ellie De La Cruz is my favorite non-Tiger in the MLB. The guy is just an absolute electric factory, like watching him play baseball.
Yeah.
He's just like, he is going to be a force in the league for a while. He's still so young. Obviously, he was an all-star last season, but
We're in a new golden age of baseball. It's kind of crazy.
yeah, with all of these guys, dude, it's insane. Both of the Cruzes, Ellie De La Cruz and O'Neal Cruz, are just two monsters, man. So, it's going to be a fun series. The Reds, obviously, a lot of the fans probably driving up to see this game.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised. A lot of those Ohio people are Tigers fans.
Oh, for sure.
general.
For sure. Why does Ohio get 2 of everything?
I don't understand.
Why do
I
they
really
got
don't.
2? They got 2 NFL teams. They got 2 MLB teams. They got 2 NHL teams.
Because they're half of everybody.
Do they have 2 NHL teams or just 1?
No, I think just
Columbus.
One.
Yeah, just got Columbus.
That's
it's
called bar.
I did just learn it could be a hack. It could be a tax hack. So NFL all jocks, all professional athletes get taxed by every single state they play in. It's called a jock tax.
Yeah.
It's because of Michael Jordan.
Oh, my jock.
Michael Jordan got taxed from the Lakers if they won the championship. California taxed them. So Illinois was like, oh, fine. We're taxing your players. And then now everybody but 5 other states do it. It's like Florida, Texas, Seattle. I don't know what other one it is.
That is ridiculous.
Washington and Seattle, yeah.
But I think that may like maybe a little hack, a little extra taxes per year. You got 2 sports teams.
Ohio doesn't deserve that.
They there's no way, no reason in hell.
They got a million sports teams
Other
and
than
Cedar
that,
Point.
when they have 2 sports. Like,
And
we should have
they
2
don't
sports
win
teams.
shit.
And
I looked at our
Fentanyl.
YouTube numbers the other day. Grand Rapids is like popping. Like Grand Rapids got its own like little 97-1 situation. Like they're a big.
Oh yeah, dude.
They're a big city.
They are a big city.
They should get a team. If we're gonna do 2 sports teams, why
They
not?
got the West Michigan Whitecaps with the hottest prospects in town.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
and one of a guy that used to play in West
Unless you're
Michigan, a guy that used to play in West Michigan, Parker Meadows. He did have the big home run, and I gotta say, I said it on the post game, but for this team to ultimately win the World Series and contend, Parker Meadows is going to have to hit.
Yep.
And that was a big reason why we went on the run last year. He hasn't been making solid contact, but he was dealing with the injury. He wasn't able to have the spring training. He has to get back in the groove, which I believe he will, and he's a Gold Glove center fielder. If he can get on base, cause havoc, turn the singles into doubles, doubles into triples, and get a hold of one every now and then, this team's ceiling just goes through the roof where you're actually winning the World Series, maybe not just getting there.
Yeah, you know, you called him the best player on the team.
Had the potential to be. And yeah, I am hoping that he turns into that.
Yeah, I mean,
so I don't hear about it every time he goes 0 for 4.
Riley was 0 for 2, so
when
yesterday.
the Tigers made that run last year, it was a big part because Parker Meadows was out there. He was arguably the most important player on that roster last year. They were like undefeated when he was in the lineup or something like that. The dude is gross, man. Yeah, hopefully that home run kind of springs him forward. He looked a little rusty since he's been back, but hopefully he finds his stride now with that one. We'll see. Don't know if we're going to see too many home runs today with the weather we're seeing out here, but hopefully it's sunny this weekend. The ball's flying.
Xavier D. Dingler, great porn star name, better catcher.
Yeah, Dingler is a good porn star name.
That is a great porn star name. Also, I guess Dan Dick was on E&E today, and he was worried about the strikeout percentage for the Tigers.
Riley strikes out a boatload. Dylan Dingler strikes out a boatload. Torkelson strikes out a shit ton. Yeah.
Is something to be worried about, or like what? I mean,
I don't think so. That's baseball, dude. That's what baseball is now.
Yeah, I think
everybody strikes out a lot now. Yeah. Do you like all the home runs we're hitting this year compared to this time last year? That's going to come with a lot more strikeouts. That's just what happens. The offense has looked very good. I'm not worried. They still need another bat. But if you hit home runs, if you are a power hitting team, which is what the Tigers have been, they're like top 10 in home runs this year.
Yeah.
You're going to strike out a lot.
Yeah, McKinstry leading the league in triples.
Yep.
Torque top 10 in home runs. How many home runs does Riley have?
What's up, Nick?
I was just saying, some guy Corbin Carroll overtook McKinstry last night. Sadly, just wanted to throw it out there so nobody attacks easy.
Corbin Carroll.
Yeah, Corbin Carroll for triples. But yeah, Torque, 16 now, if I'm not mistaken, home runs. He's crushing. I think he should be an all-star. We talked about Dylan Dingler's nod. We talk about Riley Green. This team is so much fun to watch. It's just the strikeouts can be a little worrisome if they stop hitting the long ball. But, I mean, summer's heating up, fellas. I don't see it either.
I don't see it happening. And that's what the modern MLB is. So, old man shaking fist at cloud. They strike out too much. Love you, Dan Dickerson. But, that's what modern MLB is. And
don't disrespect Uncle Dan.
They're 20 games over 500. I don't care if they're striking out.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Sorry. I mean, I know we got to be nitpicky with this
especially
team.
how nervous we were going into the season.
Yeah.
And we haven't even been healthy.
I know we got to be nitpicky this season because they're so good.
Yeah.
So that is something that you could point at. But
that's fair.
Strike out all you want as long as you're winning games. Keep winning series.
They have one guy in the top 30 in strikeouts, and it's Riley Green at number 1, leading the league with 89.
Nobody else
and
in
then
the top 30?
Nobody else?
Top 30. Torque is 31.
I guess other guys get a little more days
that
off.
Counts. Don't even say that next time. Nobody else in the top 30.
There's only one player.
Nobody near the top 30 except for
Riley Green leading the charge with strikeouts.
How many strikeouts does he have?
89.
Ooh.
What's his OPS?
Like 800?
818.
818? Yeah.
We'll take that.
I'll take that any day of the week. Who's second?
He's slugging it, that's why.
Can you tell me the top 5 in strikeouts this year?
Great question.
Riley Green, O'Neal Cruz, Austin Riley, Trevor Story, and Randy Arozarena.
Okay, yeah.
I only know
those
of those guys.
Those are all very good players.
Yep.
Trevor Story, not what he should have been, but he's still pretty good. But Randy Arozarena is consensus all-star every year. And O'Neal Cruz is one of the best young players in the league. So
absolutely.
That's what's going to happen. That's just baseball now, and we got to get used to it. But I understand where Dan's coming from. Like I said, you got to nitpick. You got to be a little with a team that's 20 games over 500. You got to look at the little things if you're going to provide any type of criticism.
Whether you strike out or hit a home run, make sure you're celebrating with White Claw. You know where to do it. It's at Nemo's. Yeah, they got literally a drive. They drive you to the game. They got a driver. They got a driver. You can have as many as you want. They got heart. They're superstars themselves, Nemo's and White Claw.
We stay hungry. We devour.
One last thing before we go switch off to Lions. If you had to put your life on it, who are the all-stars in this team?
Riley Green, Spencer Torkelson, Dylan Dingler, TARIK Skubal, and Will Vest.
Damn. Nick?
Riley Green, Spencer Torkelson, Gleyber Torres.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
TARIK Skubal, and Will Vest.
Forgot about Gleyber.
I don't know if Dingler ultimately will get the nod because he's so young.
Well, who would be the second catcher in the American League if it's not Dingler? I feel like it has. Salvi's.
It's kind of the Torres situation.
Salvi is having a terrible year, dude.
I got to check out what's up in New York, if it's like what Austin Wells is doing, if he's still catching or if he's doing well at all. I don't even know his stats,
Austin
but
Wells,
it's the strictly fan percentage vote. That's
gotta
why
vote
I'd
for
be
him.
worried. Agreed. Get out there.
Hey,
Ding
Tigers
dong.
fans,
Ding
you need
dong.
to go out there and vote. The votes are open now. I've been voting every day. Go vote for these fucking Tigers, man.
Yeah.
These guys
Pokemon go
deserve
to the
it.
polls.
Vote or Diddy?
Vote or die. All right.
Or whatever's worse.
Yeah.
Last thing.
We'll send Chris to your house.
Canely gave
And
one
it's
up
up
last
to him
night.
whether you get Diddy or die.
Canely gave up one last night.
Yes.
Rarely does. And then you sent an interesting article.
Yeah.
Evan Petzold's maybe too tight of the Tigers. This is a weird thing to know.
This was from Evan Petzold. Obviously, he is, the foremost authority of the Tigers in this town. Sorry, Nick.
No disrespect there. Evan Petzold is like a wizard when it comes to knowing everything about everything.
He's locked in.
He knows when this man shaves his body.
Yeah, he said because of an interview he had with Tommy Canely that Tommy Canely, as a punishment for giving up a run, shaves his entire body. He's been doing this since, I believe it's at the College World Series or what. He's been doing this for a long time. I think it was since the minor league. Tommy Canely, every time he gives up a run, he punishes himself by shaving his whole body. That's how I like my
Everyone's
bullpen arms.
looking at you every time you say that.
I like my bullpen arms shaved and psychotic. I need some freaks out there.
I
dude.
don't know why. Why are closers and bullpen guys like just wackos?
They're just insane.
Why?
Because they have to be.
Throughout the history of time.
Yeah, there has to
sick
be.
fucks.
Hey, get off your ass. You're going in to face the heart of the lineup with two men on. Have a good time. Like, you got to be a psycho to go do something like that. And Tommy Canely is one of the best bullpen pitchers in the MLB, dude. He's a change-up wizard. There has to be a trick, A change-up wizard has such a supple body because it's shaved. So, I love Tommy Canely. This is one of the best signings of the offseason for any team. And he's going to be an all-star contention,
He's got a little more torque on the balls because he's hairless.
Yeah, he's just
a little more velo.
It's pretty crazy. It's like goalies, bullpen, and you know how I know it fits?
The goalies are weirdos too?
Goalies are psychos, dude. Just so weird, like
superstitious.
Just superstitious, real awkward, I don't know, they're just weirdos. But you know how I know bullpen guys got to be a little crazy?
What?
The Tigers' two best bullpen pitchers are Tommy Canely, who shaves his body, and Will Vest, who you don't know where he's looking. He's just a bulldog. I love these guys, man. I love Will Vest. He goes out there, and I feel like he's talking to himself the whole time, pacing around, then he's just pumping heaters in there.
We're there, yeah.
I love Will Vest,
on
man.
the big screen, he's talking shit to himself. Like, come on,
I absolutely love Will Vest, and Tommy Canely has been such a good addition, man. That's how you know. You got to have some psychos in the pen.
Ever since every time I've been a baseball fan or tuned into baseball, the closer. Maybe Mario Rivera was probably the only one that wasn't too wacko.
Mo Rivera, he's just a silent assassin.
Yeah, but everybody else, normal. Psychopaths.
Yep.
Fucking weirdos.
Valverde? You remember
Valverde?
Yeah, he was extreme psycho.
Brian Wilson. You remember Brian Wilson?
Oh,
the
yeah.
beard from the Giants?
Oh, I hated Brian Wilson.
That dude was an insane person, man.
Even the kid in Cleveland's kind of weird.
Jonathan Papelbon, you remember him?
Yeah.
All right, now you're just making up names.
All right, but
So Will Vest has 12
Ricky
saves. Canley has
Stevie
9.
Shoelace Williams.
Canley has 8 saves. Will Vest has 12. So I think Vest is ultimately finding that closer role, though.
Yeah,
I think
so
that
too.
is where AJ trusts, Vest a little bit more than Canley. You saw Canley kind of struggle last night a little bit to find the zone after giving up the home run. But when you need a ground ball, Canley will get that double play ball. Torres made a poor throw last night on the turn after Javi made a great play, but Canley will get the ground ball anytime you need it, and Will Vest will close you down in the ninth. So I'm feeling good about those two. I still do want to see them bring in an arm, and I think they will.
Yes,
but
and a
I'm
righty.
feeling great about those two.
Was
Arm
that,
and a righty.
was that an error on Torres?
I don't know if they called the error, but it should have been.
It
It should have been for sure.
That was a tailor-made
throw.
double play. That
Yeah.
was just a bad throw. But it didn't hurt him, so it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
All right, let's go to break. We'll come back. We got a Brad Holmes video. We're going to talk about the Lions for a little bit, and then we'll preview this Tigers-Red series at the end of the show. But first, let me tell you about White Claw. And White Claw, you already know about White Claw. It's an institution. Like I said, they started it. They started the whole seltzer craze. It was White Claw that was the first ball that dropped. They've also got these Dillon Small Batch Distillers gin cocktails, man. You guys know I'm a fan of gin. I'm a tequila man, but I have a little bitty that likes some gin, so I like some gin, and this is really good.
Great
They're
bitty.
5%. They're perfect summer drinkers. Make sure you guys check them out. White Claw, shout out. This is awesome. We're doing this all summer long because of White Claw. What?
Detroit has the best sports fans in the world. That's why they deserve the best sports coverage in the world. We are the Woodward Sports Network.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. VenFights.com.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
The boys of summer are here, and Woodward Sports is all over the Motor City with the White Claw Tigers Tour. Come party with Woodward Sports, watch the Tigers, and sip on some White Claw all summer long. The best bars, big giveaways, live events, and a party that only Woodward Sports can throw. Ain't no party like a Woodward Sports party. Join us Friday, May 23rd from 5 to 7 with the Heavyweights at McShane's in Detroit for the White Claw Tigers Tour, brought to you by White Claw, Easttown, and Ven Johnson.
Shout out to the iconic Nemo's Bar and Grill here downtown Detroit. Like I said, I couldn't think of a better spot to pregame for a Tigers game or a Lions game because they have shuttles to take you to the stadium. So you can get here, get as drunk as you want on these Dillon Small Batch. Shout out to our guys in the Dillon's card over there. And then they will drive you to the game. So shout out to Nemo's for having us down here. One of the best burgers I've had in a while. It is the White Claw Tigers Tour presented by White Claw and Ven Johnson here at Nemo's Bar and Grill. Iconic Nemo's Bar and Grill.
The iconic Nemo's Bar and Grill. I don't know how to go about this one, Smitty. I don't know if I'm necessarily going to crash out. I'm just more taken back, confused by the situation, maybe a little bit upset. Obviously, Za'Darius Smith was at the BET Awards this week. USA Today got a few quotes from him. Our guy Abnorm got a few quotes from him. They directly asked him when he signed with the Detroit Lions. He said soon. Tells the guys at USA Today, I want to come back and play for the Lions.
Yeah.
I've done everything in my career but win a championship.
Also, another validation. Detroit Lions on the cusp of winning the championship.
Shout out.
However, Brad Holmes of the Green Light Podcast with Chris Long last night, and he was asked specifically about Za'Darius Smith and him returning in those comments.
In the edge spot.
The day of.
Yeah.
At the edge spot, yes. And this is what Brad Holmes had to say.
I read something this morning about Big Z possibly coming back. I thought that was one of the most impactful signings of the year on any team.
Yeah.
Talk about pulling a rabbit out of your hat. I love his game, and it showed up in Detroit. So what's it look like out on the edge?
Yeah, so, Aiden looks great, man. He's been out there in OTAs. Really didn't expect anything else. You never truly know because you don't have a crystal ball, but just knowing how that guy's wired and how he attacks things and how in tune he is with his body, it did not surprise me. I mean, he's out there. He looks explosive. He's changing direction. I mean, he looks really good, man. And then we brought back Marcus Davenport on a one-year deal. He was playing really good football for us before he unfortunately got hurt, man. And so hopefully he gets better luck on his side. And so, and he's been out there, and I would say he looks just as good, man. I mean, he has been, his body is feeling great. His body looks great, man. And he had a good summer as well in terms of the OTAs. And then, we brought Al-Qadim Muhammad back that we signed last year, who logged some good snaps for us, played good football, plays hard. He's physical. He'll set edges, man. He plays with a lot of effort. And then we were able to draft Ahmed Hassanein from Boise in the 6th round. And he's just another guy. He's got some work to do from a developmental standpoint, just like they all do. But he's not some fish out of water, just raw, don't know what he's doing out there. I mean, when you look at his production, he had the most, in terms of sacks and pressures combined the past 2 years, he had the most production out of all the edge rushers in that class. And just so happens that he plays with his hair on fire as well. So we feel good about where we're at that position.
Not sounding too great for our guy Za'Darius Smith. The same week, that happened to be recorded the same day, he came out and made those statements. So the next day over, they made those statements about being a Detroit Lions. I don't know, man. I feel like our guy Norman, shout out to him for sending the video.
Shout out.
Maybe Za'Darius is saying some shit to appease him. It certainly doesn't sound like Za'Darius is a lock like we thought so this week, according to Brad Holmes. Completely glossed over Za'Darius Smith there.
Yeah,
and my man took time to tee it up for him and everything.
It's probably because they're amid contract discussions right now.
Could be.
And he doesn't want to speak about an active discussion of a contract. It's not grabbing me. It's not getting me like that, because this is Brad Holmes is the same guy that has been on record saying, yeah, it'd be great to have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 great pass rushers. Well, we have to have the money to make it happen. They've got the money to make it happen. So he didn't go out there and say, we're done. Za'Darius isn't going to be here. He just avoided the topic, and he said about the guys that he has. So no.
And at the end of it, if you played it again at the very end of it, yeah, I think we're set at edge. And then obviously we couldn't play because it's 2 minutes right there. But then he goes to the defensive tackle room. But at the end of the conversation on edges, I think we're set at edge. I think what we need to discuss is the interior of the defensive line. He goes on and says that. Make sure you guys check out that podcast too. Chris Long, big Lions supporter, advocate.
Shout out Chris Long, yeah.
Has had Frank Ragnow on. Has had Lee McNeil on.
We gotta get Chris Long on.
I've been trying. He doesn't text back or message back. Either way, maybe because I sent him too many news. I don't know.
Could be.
Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't a fan of hearing that. I'm not necessarily closing the door, but I'm not at the point where we think he's coming. I think Za'Darius Smith threw our guy a bone just to get him out the face and make him happy.
I'm gonna come.
I guess that's where I'm at with it.
I think you're reading a little bit too much.
I don't think so, man. Our edge room's compact right now. And we talked about it the other day. If Za'Darius comes back, Ahmed was almost for nothing. And you may lose him.
No.
If you put him on the practice squad.
If Za'Darius Smith comes back, you're putting Al-Qadim Muhammad on the practice squad.
Maybe. I like we saw Al-Qadim Muhammad.
I don't know. I just don't think, like, what is he supposed to say in that position? Yeah, we really need him. Thank God we have all this money to spend. Like, I don't see why it wasn't anything more than just GM talk to me. Like, personally, I'm not getting too bought into it because he's
What did you
saying,
say? Something like, I would love to have Za'Darius back? You could throw a little something like that.
No, he could do that, but he could at the same time say what he said, and I don't think that's any different than what you're saying. I mean, maybe it's a little bit more hopeful, but ultimately I think either or doesn't guarantee. If he said what you're saying, doesn't guarantee he's coming back. If he said what he's saying now, doesn't guarantee he's coming back.
He didn't say anything I'm saying. He just didn't say nothing.
That's what I'm saying, but that doesn't.
Well, actually, I will say what he did say. I think we're set at the edge position. I think we're good at the edge position is what he said. When Marcus Davenport's healthy, he's a dog.
He also said that before the draft.
Yeah.
Yes. He said that the room was deep. But also, yeah, probably so, because he didn't grab him until, like, what, the 6th round?
Yeah,
6th, 7th round?
But that's the guy you just mentioned. So, no, I'm not freaking out.
Yeah, no.
I think they're deep with middle tier and edge players besides Aiden Hutchinson. I believe that.
Yeah.
Davenport can't stay healthy.
1,000,000%.
Josh Pascal, I don't believe is the starter on a Super Bowl caliber team, and that's why I've been calling for Za'Darius Smith. I was questioning it. Obviously, he saved money. If he brought it back, I'd be thrilled.
Yeah.
I would still want Za'Darius Smith back. I wanted a high-level edge in the draft to go along with the interior defensive lineman. I didn't love the pick at first because I thought there was more star power, but ultimately, Brad Holmes loves his edge room.
Yeah.
He loves it. He thinks it's the best in the world.
Big edge guy.
He will not want to upgrade at any time. It's like the best edges I've ever seen.
Best.
He loves himself some Josh Pascal, and some Marcus Davenport. Nobody loves him more than Brad Holmes. So, I mean, hopefully it pays off. And like you guys, you got to believe if he's going to play 16 games. I don't believe it. I don't. But Brad Holmes certainly does.
Yeah, I definitely want it for some Davenport insurance for sure. I'm not necessarily worried. More than I just think it may not happen. Or it may not be where we think it's at after this week from the comments from Za'Darius Smith.
I'm not necessarily worried. It's just not going to happen, and we suck.
What does it mean I'm worried? I just say it's not going to happen. I'm not worried necessarily about the edge room in itself. I don't know if this Za'Darius Smith stuff is going to happen.
So, gun to your head, is Za'Darius Smith a Lion next year?
Next year, like this coming season?
This season.
No.
I'm saying yes.
According to Brad,
I'm saying yes.
I listen, this team they're not, like, Brad doesn't do a lot of GM speak. Him and Dan kind of tell you what it is, for the most part. And they kind of told you by not telling you right there.
Again,
outside of him saying the room is set. The other part of it, real quick, Spinny.
By not telling you there. I think
well, he did say the edge room set. Like, we're good at edge. The other part of it, too, is I don't know if you guys know this. I said it was Justin was on. You weren't here. The Lions are last place in cap room next year. Like, nada. That's when Pinay's big cap hits. That's when Goff's big cap hits. That's when Amon-Ra's big cap hits. You can roll over 1 year's worth of cap.
Yeah.
So we got like 40, 50, up to, I think I saw everywhere from 42 to 49. Yeah. We got that rolling over, which would help alleviate that situation. With whatever, on top of signing your draft picks, maybe bring in another free agent, like whatever else you got to do, that may be the play here as well.
I mean, that's cool, but no, I don't give a fuck about next year. Go win a Super Bowl.
I know you don't, but Brad does. His famous words is the longevity.
It's his job
you think
to care.
Brad Holmes
the sustained
is more worried,
success.
You think he's more worried about next year's cap space than winning a Super Bowl this year?
I think he's committed to sustained success, and that's why we haven't seen him make one of those fuck those picks type of moves that he saw with the Rams. He's tried.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
He's tried. He's called on everybody.
Yeah.
So, no, I'm not. Yeah.
Those pressures, man, that's his favorite word to pull out. You can reach in his pocket, sustained success. Sustained success.
Yeah.
Sustained success. And I think that's just something, man. I mean, I don't know, man. Obviously, I want Za'Darius Smith here.
Right.
I want the Marcus Davenport insurance. I think for both those guys. I think Za'Darius Smith on third down, we talked about it in a NASCAR situation where you got all your best edge rushers out there. Even in the middle, he's been a demon.
Yeah.
9 sacks last year. I think he had 4 for us. Had more pressures than
I just think
Dante Fowler.
He said what he said, that he likes the room, that he thinks they're set.
Yeah.
And he didn't mention anything about Za'Darius Smith.
He said Za'Darius Smith's a bitch.
But Brad Holmes is also a guy who's gone out there and, like I said, says we could use 6, 7, 8, 9 edge rushers.
Well, that's
he's
him
also
kinda
a
crashing
guy.
out.
He's also a guy that has said multiple times that we are always trying to get better. We are always trying to improve rooms in any way we can. We're going to do that. He is also a guy that has been on record saying he's pissed off about the media consistently asking him about edge rushers.
Yeah.
So if you have a guy that you go do an interview with, and the first question he says is, "Hey, Brad, how's the edge rushing room?" That might piss him off a little bit.
He prefaced it with that too. Like, I'm giving you the opportunity to go Billy Beam here and tell the media to fuck off.
Yeah.
And he gave our rushing or our pressure numbers. We were like 4th in the league or something like that.
Yeah.
But it was simulated pressure. Like, it was blitzing from everywhere.
I'm not looking at that and being like, yeah, no, they're not doing it. That's not what it gives me.
Brad just loves his edge room. We all know this. That is what it comes down to. He loves his guys that he has in there. He would have addressed it earlier than the 6th round, right?
It feels like the Dan Campbell interesting comment to me. Interesting.
It wasn't any comments, though.
We were edge room set.
I mean, and
Well,
he
I
went
like
on a
the edge. I gotta listen
podcast
to it
with
back
a
six
former
times
edge rusher. He's going to get asked about the edge position.
That's a good point.
Like, he went on that. He didn't have to go on a podcast with him.
But are you tripping either way?
No.
That's where I'm at. That's why when you're saying worried, I'm not worried. Disappointed probably the better word.
Yeah,
you know?
I'd rather them sign him, but I'm not going to freak out if they don't.
I feel better on 3rd down in the NFC Championship game that Za'Darius Smith is going to make a play over Josh Paschal in the backfield.
Yeah.
I'm not
That's
mad.
where I'm at.
Marcus Davenport, baby, don't sleep. Don't sleep.
Gotta believe, Nick.
Wake
Gotta
up.
Believe.
Wake
Let's go to
up.
break.
Davenport and Healthy's a fucking dog.
Let's go to break. We'll come back.
When healthy.
We got a giveaway to do. This White Claw cooler. We're giving
Oh!
away to one of the fine compatriots of Nemo's Bar and Grill here. But first,
Get
tell you
serious.
about Ven Johnson. Justice. It just means different things to different people. But whether it's a settlement or a verdict, justice is always worth the fight. If you've got a case, contact the fighters at Ven Johnson Law today and get the justice you deserve. Tough, tenacious trial lawyers. Ven Johnson Law.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Thank you to all the fans for making Woodward Sports your #1 online destination for Detroit sports. We promise not to drop the ball.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
We are here at the iconic Nemo's Bar and Grill downtown for the White Claw Tigers Tour presented by Ven Johnson Law and White Claw. Make sure you come down and check this place out. I just had one of the best burgers of my life. They got shuttles to take you from the bar to the game, so you don't even have to Uber. Like, it's just a perfect spot. Come join us here. We're going to be here chilling. It is the White Claw Tigers Tour presented by Ven Johnson and White Claw. Shout out Nemo's Bar and Grill.
Shout out.
Easy, we got to give away.
Let's get it.
We got to give away a White Claw cooler here. One of the lucky patrons of Nemo's Bar and Grill is going to get one. Easy, you want to do the honors?
Let's do it.
Just grab one. Oh, you can't read though.
Ah, yeah.
Shit.
Bio Irwin.
What does it actually say?
Bill Irwin.
Bill Irwin.
You are the winner of the White Claw cooler.
Shout out Irwin.
Shout out to Bill Irwin.
Shout out to Steve Irwin's uncle, baby. Let's go. Take that,
Uncle
Stingrays. You can take down Steve, but Bill's still winning shit. Shout out Bill Irwin, the crocodile cousin.
Cousin.
Just got himself a White Claw cooler. Shout out to White Claw. This thing's pretty sweet. Oh, it's got speakers in it?
There's speakers.
Wait, what?
Yeah, dude, it's got an aux on the back and speakers.
Wait, what?
In it.
Hold on, let me see that.
Brady, how do I get one of these bad boys? This is legit, dude.
Oh, yeah. Nice camera shot by Brady there. The white.
Oh, my God, dude.
Cooler.
No, for real. How do you get one?
That's fire.
That's sick. That's actually like a speaker.
That is-
I would
Do it one
advertise
more
that
time, Brady. One more
speaker
time
than
for the
cooler.
camera.
Shout out to Bill Irwin.
Are they selling the White Claw?
Or maybe call it a
coolers
speaker
anywhere?
cooler?
It's a spooler.
What about a
Shout out
discount?
to Neil Rule,
Shout out
the
to
real
Neil
deal.
Rule.
Hey.
The real deal walking in. This guy Neil's he's got a flight to catch.
You got a flight to
Flight
catch?
to
Oh,
catch.
my
Because
God.
you know he's Mr. Worldwide, but he had to stop in and get a drink. Uncle Terry's here for you. Oh, try one of these, Neil. Oh, give him one of these.
We don't have any unopened
we
ones.
don't have any ones. How you doing, sir? Shout out to the real deal, Neil Rule.
Shout
walking
out.
in.
Shout out.
All right, what else are we going to talk about? Do we have another Lions topic?
I did have the 42 thoughts on Lions defensive players. However, I did not bring my laptop. So what I would like for the chat to do right now, type in a player.
Oh, here, I can take
Any
this.
player.
Are you Bill?
Bottom of the roster, the top of the roster.
Congratulations,
Hey.
Bill.
Shout out to Bill.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Big time, Bill.
Bill Nye, the science guy.
Shout out to Bill for winning the White Claw cooler, man.
Oh, yeah.
It's awesome. It's very cool. Nick's trying to flip some coolers here.
Is there
Nick's
a
always trying to flip
discount? Is there no. I'm done.
Buy a lot of White Claw. There you go,
All right,
Chris.
there we go.
Start
Yep.
putting them back. Shout out to Tim McCollum in the building.
Honestly,
Get you too? Shout out to Tim.
Hey,
Shout
the
out to
fellas
Ty
are all
Curtin in
rolling
the
through.
building. The boys are here. It's a
All
good
right.
day here.
Yeah.
We're at iconic Nemo's Bar and Grill. Obviously, everybody's got to show up. So
I mean, they probably came for the dad burgers.
they probably came for the dad burgers.
I might be on some
Can't
marketing
wait.
situation
Can't wait.
here. They might change the name
Can't
on
wait.
this.
Hey,
All right.
Brady. Brady, can you lean
We'll
the
go
camera
solo
up a
for
little
a
bit
minute.
so our nuts aren't in the shot the whole time? But
It's got to be
Right
done
on.
tastefully.
it's got to be done tastefully. Yeah, tasteful sack shots, not just full.
The Hefe hates nut shots.
Hefe hates
Confirms
the-
the Studio B.
Yeah. Hefe
Not a
hates
fan of the
seeing
heavyweights nuts.
He hates seeing the heavyweights nuts. But the
You hate to
people
see
love
it.
it.
People love it.
So, okay, Lions.
Lions. All right, so I got a couple things for you. Colton Pouncey wrote another 42 thoughts. This time on defense. I can pull it up. I had to purchase it via app. I usually have my way around when I'm on my laptop. We also have who will experience more growing pains this season.
Overdid it a little bit.
Yeah.
It's fine. The Detroit Lions offense or the Detroit Lions defense? Who's going to experience more growing pains?
The offense.
Yeah.
It's got to be the offense. I mean, you look at it, and you're losing Frank Ragnow, who is your shot caller on the offensive line.
Yeah.
You're bringing in a lot of young guys you expect to play important roles, whether it be Tate Ratledge or Christian Mahogany or whoever. And you've got a new offensive coordinator. I know you got a new coordinator on both sides, but I expect the offense to be the one that struggles just a little bit because so many moving pieces, and obviously the Frank Ragnow retirement is tough.
That's actually perfect. Shout out to Brady.
Shout out to Brady.
No, it's definitely the offense. The growing pains of the Detroit Lions will be the offense. Brad Holmes spoke about too. It was too long of a statement he made to kind of cut into a clip. I mean, maybe I could have, but Brad Holmes definitely not a fan of having to deal with the Frank Ragnow situation in a Super Bowl contending year. He kind of mentioned it like same way as we have.
Yeah.
The center's more than getting down to the second level and blocking the linebacker or grabbing your guy in the run game and sealing off your gap, whatever it may be. It is calling out the blitzes.
Yeah.
Calling out how many guys in the box. Calling out
the protections.
who's even in the second level. The guy next to you is going to catch out. Yes.
Which way you slide, especially with what this offense likes to do, with adding the extra offensive lineman, having that extra tackle out there. That's another body you have to account for and a protection that you have to shift.
And Brad did not make light of that at all in that interview. Like I said, make sure you guys check that one out after the Woodward Heavyweights show. Not a fan of losing Frank Ragnow for so many reasons. I guess Frank was the very first person to shoot him a text when he got the job as general manager. First player, I should say, not person. And, I think that it's definitely going to be the offense for that reason.
How do you already have his number?
You guys reach out to Sheila for something like that, I'm sure.
Yeah, probably.
But maybe pre-draft interviews, I don't know.
Could be.
Excuse me, I had to
Or
buy
just
myself
hit
some
somebody
time
up in the Rams organization.
Yeah, somebody you know.
Hit up Stafford. Say,
Yeah.
you got Brad's number.
That's true.
Yeah, that's probably
why would Staffy have it?
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Fuck, dude.
That was after. Yeah.
Either way, it don't even matter. That's what Brad said.
Frank's just plugged in like that.
Frank's plugged like that. He can get you got. Watch what you say.
He probably fishes with somebody in the front office of the Rams.
He's probably getting rid of bias for people. You know, he's going out to the water anyway. It's not abnormal for him to carry a big ass cooler.
Yeah.
You know,
Frank, you can get some White Claw coolers. That was pretty spacious.
With some speakers in it. You
Yeah.
can listen to the Woodward Heavyweights show.
Absolutely.
Fellas, I know they have a new face in when it comes to Johnny Mo, and they already had Calvin Shepard in here, and I understand that, but I ultimately think there's more high-end talent already on that offensive side of the ball, and you do have a known veteran that should be able to make a seamless transition at quarterback. When it comes down to it, he is a proven vet at this point. This should be a smooth transition.
That was kind of the explanation from Brad, not so much it being a smooth transition, but just the difficulties behind it, having a veteran quarterback who wants to switch up shit when he sees it on the field.
Yeah.
Going down to a younger, inexperienced offensive line and changing up what you already gave them in the huddle, they might not be able to process it as quickly as a veteran guy like Frank, or even having Frank alongside him on the offensive line to kind of give him guidance on whatever Jared was saying. That's kind of what Brad was expressing. I think it'll work itself out like the first 4 weeks.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, this year, the explosive offense, historic offense we've seen, took like 2-3 weeks to get going.
Yep.
It wasn't out the gate like that.
No, it was
the Rams
struggling
game was
in
weird.
Tampa.
The Cardinals game was weird, and the Tampa Bay game was definitely
They
fucking
were
weird.
struggling in Tampa. Well, at home.
Yeah. And so I think it's going to be similar to that. In 4 weeks, when time will be smooth. Maybe a little bit longer than that.
Yeah.
I think we'll see a lot more quick game situations, especially coming from like a wide receiver coach.
Yeah.
And Johnny Mo. We've already talked about it a million times. Jameson Williams probably get the
J-Mo,
ball
J-Mo.
in space. Amon-Ra could get the ball in space. All of these guys. Just getting the ball in front of them in space and giving guys like Penei Sewell the opportunity to block for him, I think is what we're going to look at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, shout out to Cody Fern. Shout out to my guy Cody.
Shout out.
Shout out to Cody. Is that the guy's birthday?
No, he just called me, and I told him I'm on air, dickhead. He said, all right, give me a shout out. But, so, yeah, I think it's going to be the offense because, like you said, it's you've got more moving pieces. The center is a lot more important than I think people are giving it credit or giving the position credit for, and that is not going to be something that's going to be easily replaced. Like you said, offenses normally start out a little slow in the beginning of the year, and it's because they're so much more complicated. Like, offenses are so much more complicated than defenses, especially with the Lions defense, which is primarily a man coverage defense. It's like you don't have a lot of nuances. Obviously, the blitzes and different things in the stunts.
Everyone's been there for the most. Like Kelvin was here last year.
Yeah, Kelvin knows
Kelvin's been
everything.
here for the past 5 years.
So
4 years.
The complexity of the offense, a new play caller, a new center, I think it's going to be the offense that starts a little slow.
The other part of it, too, is when he's talking about the offense on that podcast is things are naturally going to change with this offense, even had Ben Johnson stayed. And that's just Dan Campbell being the offensive mind he is and wanting to evolve the offense from what it was. Self-scout, make it better. And that's essentially what they're going through, which is now that, Johnny Mo's here, he's got a little bit of his flavor in there, his little bit of taste in there, his opinions in that room. It was in the room when they first built it naturally, too. I don't want anybody to hear us say, like, it'll be the most growing pains. I think it's a bad thing. It's just the reality of the situation.
No,
Dan Campbell said it.
You got to pick one or the other.
Yeah.
Like, you can't just be Roman and no.
Yeah.
And, like, you got to pick one.
And that's why I believe it's going to be the defense, fellas. I do. I think Calvin Shepard, rookie defensive coordinator, even with the amount of talent that is on this team, the amount of talent that you're going up against, the amount of elite quarterbacks. You think about Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes.
Major windstorms.
Jaden Daniels, Jalen Hurts, Matthew Stafford. Like, you're going up against top elite quarterbacks, Lamar Jackson. And that is tough for a rookie coordinator to go up against the best of the best who can pick apart your defense at the line of scrimmage the same way we talked about Goff. Man, it's getting chilly in here.
Windstorm.
And I believe it's going to be a big test for first-time defensive coordinator Calvin Shepard. I think he has all the talent and all the chess pieces to do so, but when you're going up against the best of the best at quarterback, there's going to be some crooked numbers put up against this defense ultimately, and some of it might not even be his fault.
Yeah, that's why I don't think it's a growing pain in the defensive perspective.
Yeah,
like he may have
nobody
some struggles
respects
due to,
me.
like,
You do.
Lamar Jackson being fucking Lamar Jackson. I mean, the plays he made last time we played him were just insane. Like, there was pressure, but he was like, oh, I guess let's go over here now, and then I'll throw the football 50 yards down the goddamn field.
I got a topic for us to come back to break from. It's a Lions topic that we talked about on BDE.
Yeah, and I guess, again, I don't think it's growing pains and scenarios. Those are good quarterbacks. I remember specifically last year in the playoff game, there was 12 men on the field. Only one defensive coach was freaking out about it, and it was one who did have the power to call a timeout, and that was Calvin Shepard.
Yeah.
I think he truly is the wonder kid. He's the whiz kid. Becoming a defensive coordinator of a Super Bowl contender at 36 years old, you're fucking, I mean, he's got it.
Yeah.
So what is the specific question I'm answering here?
Who would, if
Who would
a
you
side
rather
of the
kiss?
ball went off to a slow start,
Yes.
who do you think it would be, the offensive?
It would be the offense for sure, 100%. New offensive line. The defense, you saw last year the defense hit the ground running last season. It was a very nice, round, wholesome defense last year. And honestly, offensively with that line, especially that center being the secondary quarterback like that the center is, there's just going to be a lot of growing pains naturally. So I honestly don't think there's any answer but the offense.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree. Nick's an idiot. No,
yeah, he's so stupid, dude. Stupid
Fuck you guys.
Stupid black shirt. I agree with you. I think, like, there's more moving parts, more new parts on the offense, and it's a more complicated system. So I think the offense is the answer. But again, it's not like they're not going to score a touchdown for the first
we're not
4
saying
weeks.
that.
Yeah, it's just there's going to be some growing pains, and that's that's reasonable. All right, let's go to break. Are we doing White Claw or?
We are doing White Claw, yes.
All right, White. We're going to come back from break. I got another Lions topic. I'm excited to hear the guys' thoughts on. But first, let me tell you about White Claw.
Real quick. Happy 10th birthday to Gabriella from Lunchbox Hooligans.
Happy birthday, Gabriella. You should not be watching this show.
You should not be watching this show, Gabriella.
No, you should not be watching this show, Gabriella. But happy birthday. Don't watch the show. All right, White Claw. Listen, what Gabriella can't have, but we can, is White Claw. Listen, like I said, everybody's got a seltzer now. Your grandma's got a seltzer. White Claw started the whole shebang. They were the first ball that dropped. White Claw seltzers are the OG in the game. And they've got Dylan's Small Batch Distillers gin cocktails. Those things are delicious. Shout out to our guys in the Dylan's trailer over there holding it down. Go get your White Claws today. It's delicious. We're here because of White Claw. Shout out to White Claw for having us out here for the Tigers tour. It's just a great drink to have in the summer. These Dylans, I'm telling you, these are money. We'll be right back.
The boys of summer are here, and Woodward Sports is all over the Motor City with the White Claw Tigers Tour. Come party with Woodward Sports, watch the Tigers, and sip on some White Claw all summer long. The best bars, big giveaways, live events, and a party that only Woodward Sports can throw. Ain't no party like a Woodward Sports party. Join us Friday, May 23rd from 5 to 7 with the Heavyweights at McShane's in Detroit for the White Claw Tigers Tour, brought to you by White Claw, Easttown, and Ven Johnson.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. VenFights.com.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle. They were talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
Iconic Nemo's Bar and Grill here downtown. Make sure you guys come check it out. We appreciate that for being the stop on this White Claw Tigers tour with the Woodward Heavyweights, presented by Ven Johnson and White Claw. Listen, like I said, this is the best spot. Best spot.
Best fart.
Best fart This is the best spot to watch or to pregame a Tigers game because you can get the shuttle right to Comerica from Nemo's. It's just a great spot down here, one of the best burgers that I've had in a while. Shout out to iconic Nemo's Bar and Grill for having us out.
Shout out and welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights Live, WoodSports.com. Make sure you guys smash that like button. Make sure you come on down to Nemo's. We're still going to be here a little bit for watching the game. We might pull up to the game. There's a rain delay.
Might get some cheap
might
tickets.
get a little cheap ticks. Who
Hit
knows?
that Pepsi porch with T-Floss, find some shawties.
Spinner, you had a Lions question before break. What was it?
I did. It was now this could go one of two ways because when we asked it on BDE, I had my answer in seconds, and dude, I don't know what that lady's doing, but I had my answer in seconds, and I thought everyone was going to share the same answer as me, but they were all different, and it makes sense because the Lions have one of the toughest schedules in recent history. Like, it is just insane what they're doing. They probably got the toughest road schedule I've ever seen. What game are you most excited for on this Lions schedule that is littered with primetime performances, whether it be Thursday Night Football, Christmas Day, Monday Night Football, Sunday Night Football, at the Chiefs, at the Ravens, what game are you looking forward to the most? My answer was easy, cut and simple, the Chicago fucking Bears. Because I want to just absolutely...
Home or away? Home, the first one. Give me a taste of it.
Yeah, first game. Because I just want to absolutely demolish Ben Johnson's face into the dirt.
That's a tough one to beat. I'm not going to lie. There's a lot of good games in this schedule. Between the storylines, between Ben Johnson and Dan Campbell, the Bears. For me, I'm more of a test guy. I want to see where we're at as a team when it comes against another team that's Super Bowl caliber. Even though they've never gotten there with this crew, it's the Ravens. Feels like September 22nd or maybe October 22nd. I'm looking forward to that one. Primetime game, Lamar Jackson, seeing this new look defense against them. It's also like we got to get a lick back almost.
Shotgun? Oh, yeah.
A shotgun and Dylan?
Speaking of getting your lick back, they play the Commanders.
Shout out the boys. They are officially taking off the headsets as the shotguns are loading. We got Eazy versus Spencer.
My throat's not trained as well as Spenny's.
Oh, Eazy talking shit, ready,
That's
prepping.
not shit. That's how he gets it done.
Prepping for the L potentially.
Oh, it's for sure now. I've never seen this guy lose a shotgun race. This is bullshit right now. Why is your hole bigger? Are you cheating?
First it was his throat, now it's his hole being bigger.
Is that bullshit?
And they are off. This is the White Claw Tigers Tour here at Nemo's.
Tigers Tour.
Spenny hammers it down. Easy's did not look too easy, but White Claws always are. Spenny wins again.
Of course, to be expected, Bob. Great performance. 2 titans of the game, but this guy is undefeated for a reason.
Jim, you know what? There's just nobody better at it. I think Eazy got off to a slow start there after, but he was battling the conditions today, and Eazy still threw out a good performance.
You know what it is, Bob? It's the technique. It's the preparation. I watched this guy, Spencer.
Yeah.
Nobody works harder for this moment. Nobody trains more for this moment. This is his biggest moment, his crown jewel. He looks forward to the challenge. He told me personally when I interviewed him, he gets up for these kind of challenges.
And Jim, you saw it today. Superstars do what superstars do. Great beard, by the way.
Absolutely.
I'll tell you what, appreciate you guys. This was a tough one. Listen, the weather conditions weren't what we thought they were going to be.
No.
We didn't have the time to prep because we couldn't get out on the field early enough.
I didn't know we were doing this today.
Also, the fizz, that's something you have to account for.
Little fizz,
with the
lots
seltzers.
of fizz.
The fizz at the end of it, man, it always gets you. But,
Yeah, I got to tell you, obviously I'm disappointed with the loss, right? But that's my best personal performance, and I think I got to come away with that one. Obviously, Spinner the GOAT. Spinner the GOAT. I've took this guy on tour.
Some call me the throat goat.
Some call him the throat goat. And I said that. Chris was talking shit. That's the strategy.
No, it's you gotta open the throat.
Yeah. Your hole's way bigger than mine. I'm just saying.
Hey, listen.
I don't know what was up with that.
Listen, like I tell the ladies, You relax the throat, you make eye contact, and then boom, you're good to go. And so
Next thing you know, it's exploding down your throat.
next thing you know, you're done.
Fentanyl.
Bing, bam, boom. Dude. No, but shout out to these
Dylan's.
bad boys.
Shout out.
It's the dude. It's
We need more now.
it's the I wanted one to drink. And
Yeah,
Brady was
I
like,
wanna- yeah.
shotgun, dude. Like I'm a fucking circus act or something.
I did that to you.
Yeah, yeah.
Doing those,
Dude, that's just who I am now. Hey, you big dumb idiot!
Yeah.
Shotgun this beer and let me laugh.
Dude, we would hit Ram tailgates, and I'd be like, race my boy Spenny.
Yeah, I'd be like
Never lost, though.
Never lost.
Never lost.
I'd be like 6 deep, fresh off of another one, and Easy brought like these 3 girls over
For
and
the
they
White
had
Claw.
White
They had White
Claws.
Claws, yeah.
And that was the first time I ever shotgunned
You were
a White
pissed
Claw.
about that one.
Because it's a different game, dude. Excuse me. The seltzer is a different game. The beer,
I agree.
I've been chugging beer since I was 14. Like, it's, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah, but shout out, dude. These things are good, man.
They are really good. Just like our schedule.
Just like the schedule.
A lot of good games.
Yeah,
I'm pulling it up right
So,
now.
okay, but we'll get your guys' opinions real quick, but no, you made a point right before we did the White Claws because you talked about you like the test, you like a get-back game.
Yeah.
What about the Commanders? That's a get-back, dude.
That's probably one. That's probably number one.
Yeah?
And I need to get
Just
there
to
healthy.
fucking shut them
Yes,
off, dude.
shut the. I mean, they'll still say the playoffs, but I'm gonna still say injuries. I'm gonna still say.
Debo looks like
I'm gonna say
Mike
Goff was
Tolbert.
concussed.
Dude.
That'd be my new excuse. Goff was concussed.
Debo looks like Tolbert out there, dude. He looks
Dude.
like he's 270 pounds.
That was surprising.
He's fat.
We
looks-
can say it. We're allowed to say it.
He literally looked like
My
me.
dog's fat. I can say
It looked like me out there.
Yeah, Debo's looking thick. That was. I don't understand, man. Like maybe he's made too much money. When he got the contract, I don't know if you guys remember watching the show, if you did or not, but I never understood him wanting that caliber of money. He only had one good year. Is that us again?
Another burger?
I'll do it.
I don't know if I can do another burger.
I'll do another burger.
I'll have some onion rings.
I
Yeah,
saw
the
Nick
onion
put
rings
the
are-
onion rings on the burger.
These onion rings are money.
Hey, the guy cooking this, is he a dad?
He is a dad. We knew he was a
convert.
dad.
I knew it, dude. I was like, dude, a fucking dad
Absolutely.
made this
Yeah.
burger, dude.
Appreciate
Yes,
you,
sir.
man.
Thank you. Oh, sorry. I'll take another one, too.
Dude, they're hot. Be careful. Thumbnail pic. All right. Eat another burger. Give it, yeah.
I'll split it with you.
I can't eat another one.
Easy. I might pass this off.
Another burger. You guys
Nick.
want another burger? Give it to Scott or Schwitz. Give it to one of those two guys over there.
Do you want ketchup and mustard? Fellas, you guys are missing something big with this conversation. To be the best, you gotta beat the best. Everybody was expecting the Lions to go through the Eagles in the NFC Championship game. We didn't get there, but that was going to be the collision course that these two teams were on if it wasn't for the injuries for the Lions. So I think it's in Philly is by far the biggest game of the season because it's going to be a preview of the NFC Championship game. You're playing the Super Bowl winner, and I think you got to see what your team has going up against the best team in the NFL after you fell short in the playoffs and didn't even make it to that matchup.
You're absolutely right.
Nick, that's a solid argument.
You're absolutely right, Bob.
Yeah.
I can't. That's my game plan.
Jim, I can't stop staring at your beard. It looks great.
Takes one to know one, Bob. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Jim.
But no, you're right. It is the Eagles, and maybe that's arrogant. Maybe that's arrogant to say because you know what? We weren't close to the Super Bowl last year. We just flat out weren't. We lost our first playoff matchup. So like, to me, it's probably a bit arrogant to say that, but I think we all understand that this team, 15-2, with all the injuries that they had, that this was a Super Bowl team last year. They just had a bad string of luck and one bad game,
you guys want burgers?
and that costed them. So I want to see them go against the Super Bowl champ. We saw them do it last year against Kansas City, or was that 2 years ago now?
2 years ago.
2 years ago. Awesome moment. It really propelled the momentum of the team. I need to see that again against Philly. That's where I'm at. I'm always measuring against the best.
Yeah, I agree. And I think if you can win in Philly, it really sets you up to host Philly in the NFC Championship game. And I know everybody's going to say, well, we lost 3 times at home last year. It still matters. To have home field in the playoffs, Ford Field, when it's at its peak, is the loudest stadium in the NFL, in my eyes.
Yes.
I was at that Rams game. It was
Squeeze
special.
right
It was
there.
crazy. Matt Stafford was false starting. You know, like, it truly is a special atmosphere. Just because we lost against the Commanders due to all the injuries and turnovers. Due to all of the injuries and turnovers, it doesn't take away that Ford Field is a special home field advantage. And I do think if you win in Philly, it sets you up to have the NFC Championship game at home.
I agree. Fellas, what are you thinking about that? Are we being too like arrogant to say Philly?
I don't think
anybody
has shout out to our Dylan's guys over there.
Shout
hooking us
out
up
to the
there.
Dylan guys, man.
I'm telling you guys, these things are fucking money, bro. You got to try these. Everybody go try the Dylan's truck. It's delicious. These things are so good. Hey, you, random old person, go try it, Dylan. Get your ass here. Perfect summer drinkers.
There's no wrong answer in this question at all. Like, this schedule's fucking stacked.
Yeah.
All these games are going to be good games, phenomenal games. Like, there's not been a single argument either of you guys presented, not a single argument anybody presented in the chat that I've disagreed with.
Even, like, if you want to talk about, obviously, any of the divisional opponents you'll accept.
Yeah.
Like, Packers, I want to beat the shit out of the Packers.
Yeah.
No shit. Vikings, I want to shut those fans up again.
I want to fucking embarrass JJ.
The Rams want to shut their
play
fans
the Rams
up.
again? I forgot about that.
It's Baltimore, Kansas City, Cincinnati. Unless you say the Cleveland Browns is the one you're most excited for, then I'd be like,
Chef.
okay, shut up.
Chef?
Yeah, Chef. I'm waiting for that Browns matchup. What? Why? But
you know what one scares me, actually? And it's kind of Browns-esque.
Trap game?
Giants.
Oh, stop it.
Is their defensive line?
That defensive line. Against our, the young cats.
Come on,
Darius
Phil.
Alexander.
Phil, not a chance.
Dexter Lawrence.
Run the ball 50 times.
You're going to have to.
Yeah.
Earl, I just disagree with you straight up there.
That's fine,
Straight
Nick.
up,
Did you see that video on Twitter?
Who's Earl? Who the fuck's Earl?
Easy's Earl.
Oh. Damn it, Earl. So you're not scared of the Giants?
No, look at their quarterback. It's your guy, Spenny, but no, it's not. No, I do not have faith in us losing. I don't think that's a trap game. Yes, they have three. They do have a great defensive line.
Abdul Carter, Kayvon Thibodeau, Dexter Lawrence.
Are they going to score points on our defense?
That
Probably
is the
not.
definition
Probably
of a
not.
trap.
Over
though.
under 10.
That is a trap game.
Over under 10 points put up on our defense against the Giants.
Under.
Over.
If we're healthy, under.
Exactly. We're good.
Listen, there's some nice butts here.
There is some nice butts here.
There's a lot.
I haven't scoped out the butts.
You just missed one. It might be your dad, though. Quit looking.
Hey, dude.
Big guy.
Hey, Pops, come up here. This is your crown. You can find a single mom around here, Pops. Dude, my dad always tells me, like, there will be, like a 45-year-old or, 50-year-old woman that, we see in a movie or something, and he'll be like, oh, if I was 20 years younger. I'm like, Dad, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it don't matter.
50 and 70, it doesn't matter.
I feel like if your dad went out and tried, he could.
My dad, oh, dude, you've seen his Facebook post. Have you seen his Facebook
No,
post?
I don't go on Facebook that often.
Dude, he polls on Facebook.
Really?
My dad does better numbers on Facebook than I do.
I know somebody else that swipes my Facebook.
Every post, 45, 60 comments.
What's he say?
It's just like a bunch of old ladies like, oh, so funny, awesome, blah, blah, blah.
That's all you. I mean, he doesn't want the old ladies.
Dude,
I don't blame him.
Yeah.
That's like when people are like, shame on Sharon Sharp for fucking a 20-year-old.
Who wouldn't, right?
Especially at that age. Are you kidding me?
Who wouldn't? But, okay, all right. Let's go to break. We'll come back.
I have a good one when we come back from break. I really do. A genuine good one.
We got another Lions topic to talk about. Which one are we on? Ven Johnson right now?
We are on Ven Johnson.
Okay.
So get serious.
Justice. It just means different things to different people. But whether it's a settlement or a verdict, justice is always worth the fight. If you've got a case, contact the fighters at Ven Johnson Law today and get the justice you deserve. Tough, tenacious trial lawyers, Ven Johnson Law.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Thank you to all the fans for making Woodward Sports your #1 online destination for Detroit sports. We promise not to drop the ball.
We are live at the iconic Nemo's Bar and Grill here downtown Detroit for the White Claw Tigers Tour. Let's go.
He said Pacers, yeah.
Oh, boo! Screw the Pacers. All right, we are here for the White Claw Tigers Tour presented by White Claw
nice
and Ven
Detroit
Johnson
Stars jersey, though.
at iconic Nemo's Bar and Grill. You can come down here and they will shuttle you to the game. You can have one of the best burgers in the city. It's Nemo's Bar and Grill. What else do you got to know?
It's honestly the perfect spot for a rain delay game.
Yeah.
You get fucking wasted.
Yep.
Get a couple burgers in you.
You got a tent.
Got a tent.
So you can still be outside.
And the free ride to the fucking game.
Yeah.
I mean, Nemo's it's iconic for a reason. That's exactly the reason why.
They got the Dillon Small Batch Distillers mini trailer just pumping out there, dude. That thing's money.
That is money. Reminds me of Dispo days.
Yeah.
You got the trailers full of goodies.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out T-Burgers.
Oh, Shout out T-Burgers. Chris
All right,
had an orgasm.
You said you had a Lions topic you wanted to present
Yes.
to class?
Football, NFC North, Lions, yes.
Football.
Football. All right. Who in the division at quarterback position is under more pressure? I think JJ is under a little bit of pressure right now because it's like a plug-and-play situation. They let go of a guy they went 15 or 14-3 with.
Yeah.
Right? Cusp of winning the division.
Yeah.
They let him go. For you.
For him.
You never started a fucking
Haven't
game.
played a game, yeah.
Lots of pressure
and
there.
some people rated him in the top 15.
Lucas.
Idiot.
Lots of pressure there.
Yeah.
Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
You almost didn't go to the Chicago Bears. You were going to pull
Didn't
the
want
old
to.
Eli Manning.
Going to pull an Eli Manning.
Did not want to go to the Chicago Bears because you wanted an offensive coach. You got that coach. I think your team's stacked with talent. I think they finally got you an offensive line. You got Burden. You got DJ Moore. You don't really have a running back yet. I guess DeAndre Swift when healthy, yeah, maybe.
How you doing, Sean?
Pressure. Jared Goff. You've only ever done it with some of the best play callers in the National Football League.
Yeah.
Let's see what you are. You have questions on the offensive line. Let's see what you are. You haven't. Everyone still views them in the same light as Tua Tagovailoa and Brock Purdy for the majority of the part.
Yeah, for sure.
The number 4, I don't even know who it is because it doesn't matter. But 3 of those guys are under lots of pressure.
Your boy.
Jordan Love.
Probably under the most pressure.
I fucking went out on a limb and I said you were better than Jared Goff, pound for pound.
Pound for pound.
Still think that.
Yeah,
you gotta prove it. You got people. What do you say? Hey yo.
You double down?
Yikes.
I still.
You
Yes.
doubling down on it?
Yeah. Yes.
Easy.
You gotta
Stop
go out there
it.
and prove
Stop
brother.
it.
They gave you a bad contract.
Earl.
You are under pressure. Which one of those 4 quarterbacks is under the most pressure coming into this season?
I think it's a tie. Can I say a tie?
No.
Between 2 of them.
Boo.
2 of them. Just
No.
a 2-way tie.
Just give me your number 1 and then say your close second.
Jared Goff.
Oh!
Jared Goff is number 1.
But he's the most handsome one.
Yes, he is the most handsome, and he's the best. He is the best, and he's the most handsome.
Is he the most
But he is under the most pressure because you know what it is? Pressure makes diamonds. Those pressures will be resulting in diamonds on that ring when he wins the Super Bowl because that's the pressure. You will never be under more pressure as a quarterback in your career than can you win a Super Bowl because that is the ultimate prize. That is what they play the game for. That is the level of play you are at.
Yeah.
He has been playing like a top 5 quarterback over the past 2 seasons. You can't deny it. Stats, he's a top 5 quarterback over the past 2 years. The pressure is, can you win the Super Bowl? Unfairly or fairly that you put that much on him, that's the nature of the beast.
That's how it goes, the quarterback position. Yeah.
So
absolutely.
I would say Jared Goff, number 2, 1B is Jordan Love. Because if he doesn't show that he is a good quarterback, they're going to move on from him. He's looking
They
for...
can't.
Yeah.
That's why isn't it, brother? They just paid you. You're amongst the highest paid quarterbacks in the National Football League. You had one starting season when they did that. One season of worth of starts.
Yeah, but I just think Jared Goff is. We know what Jared Goff is.
Yeah.
Everybody knows what Jared Goff is. We know how good he is. We know that good Goff is as good as any quarterback in the league, and we know that bad Goff is as bad as any quarterback in the league.
Yeah.
So he is. He is under the pressure of. You got to win a Super Bowl. And there isn't more pressure than that. That is the whole shebang. That is why you play the game. You play to win the game. So, fairly or unfairly, justly or unjustly, I do think it's Jared Goff.
Nicholas Anthony Koloff.
I think Goff is a great pull there, Spencer, because none of these other teams are expected to win the Super Bowl. I mean, the Packers can dream about as if they're in the same conversation as the Lions, but they're not. The Bears pipe dreams of even making the playoffs. I have to see what Caleb Williams is all about, especially with Ven Johnson now. But yeah, it is Jared Goff. I mean, this roster is built with a ton of all pros, a ton of pro bowlers. You did just lose your center and coordinators, but that's more pressure on you to fulfill this team's dream. This team's made the division. They have, they've won the division back-to-back. They have gotten to the NFC Championship game. They choked that game away, not on Jared Goff's accord, but they did. And then they lost in the first playoff game the next season.
Which was on Jared Goff's hands.
Which was on Jared Goff's hands. This is, for sure, make or break this season. I believe it is going to be on Jared Goff.
Absolutely.
No, it's going to be make or break on Jared Goff's hands. He's either going to win us this Super Bowl or he's going to be the reason we lose it. I don't think it's now going to be on other players, which we've seen the 17-point loss was on other guys.
That's pressure.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah. He's going to have to. You can't have any of the fumbles, at the line.
Yeah.
Like, you cannot do that shit.
And you don't have your center.
Your center,
and
yeah.
You don't have Ben
He's got to
Johnson.
step up, which I believe he will.
I do too.
I think he's made for this moment. He's ready to roll. He's been in those pressure scenarios, and I believe he will.
Real quick, Runyon99 says, at Spenny, how is JJ not under crazy pressure? I'm not going to say a guy who hasn't.
What's going on, Neil?
He hasn't thrown a ball in the NFL yet. I'm not going to say he's under pressure.
You're still under pressure.
He's not under crazy pressure.
They just gave up a quarterback that won 14 games.
See you later,
with.
Neil. Fly safe, brother.
Got out of here.
Safe
Make
travels.
sure you check out Neil on TV 20 or what?
CBS 50.
CBS 50 Detroit for DCFC's game. Shout out to Neil, the real deal rule.
Shout out.
But yeah, I can't say that a rookie who hasn't taken a snap yet is under more pressure than Jared Goff.
There's still pressure.
Yeah, but not
There's
as much.
expectations
but
for the
not
organization.
as much as Jared Goff.
Not as much as Jared Goff.
Or Jordan Love.
Yeah. Or Jordan Love, correct. I agree to that.
And even if you want to make the argument that Caleb is this very touted prospect that he was, what does Eazy say all the time? What do everybody say all the time? You give him 3 years. I think the pressure turns up. I think with Jared Goff, I really do think that depending on the variation of how this season ends, if it's not in a Super Bowl, I do think those conversations start to be had. I do. I know that they're committed to Jared Goff, and maybe I'm wrong in that. And I think he has all the capabilities to deliver a Super Bowl this season. But I do think, especially if it's another first-round out or if it's a subpar season, I think you do start to have those questions and look at those options. Doesn't mean you pull the trigger and make the jump, but I do think that you are considering those options, and that's why he is under the most pressure because Caleb, touted prospect, if he fails
you think
next
Caleb's
year.
under the most pressure?
No, I said golf, but Caleb to me would be 2, just
Okay.
because of how touted prospect he is. But even if that happens, it's still only your second year, new head coach, yada, yada, yada. You can make up the excuses.
Yeah,
This infrastructure has been in place here in Detroit.
See, I don't think Caleb's under any pressure at all. It's
Why?
the Bears, dude. The Bears never have a
Number one
quarterback.
overall pick.
They never have a quarterback.
You were going to throw a fit and not even go there? He's under pressure.
I don't think so. I think he's under the least pressure in the division. Who is your number 1?
Mike Hillen said, just got out of rehab. Didn't work.
Hey. Hey.
To Mike.
Shout out to Mike.
Shout out, Mike. We love you.
Love you, brother.
Keep
I was
trying.
wondering where you been, brother. I was wondering where you been.
Is that Babytron?
Mike, you're only a quitter if you stop.
I forgot the inside joke and I looked. Happy belated birthday to Babytron, by the way.
Happy belated
Yes.
birthday, Babytron.
Shout out.
Go.
He just dropped a dope
They're
record,
They're
too.
everywhere. It's crazy.
All right.
Anyway, it's Jared Goff, yes.
Is it Jared Goff?
When you have a Super Bowl expectation, that's the highest expectation there is.
There isn't more pressure.
There is
than
no
that.
high. Yeah, you have made expectation to be a starting quarterback in the league for Caleb Williams. Maybe the same conversation for Jordan Love. Same conversation for all the other threes.
Yeah.
There are debates, there are arguments, there are gripe. Can you play in this league?
Can they be good? Yeah. Can they be quarterbacks?
Jared Goff's proven it.
Jared Goff is, can you win?
Now
a
it's like,
Super
are you,
Bowl?
what are you? Because some people are calling you top 5, some guys are calling you top 10, some people got you top 15. Where are you?
I got him top 10.
Yeah.
Top 10.
We got to do that. We'll do that next week.
We'll do that next week. Nick, before we get out of here,
Yes,
why
sir.
don't you break down, preview
Oh, my God. It's that time already.
this
It's that
Tigers-
time.
It is that time. I've been keeping up. There are
Closing
no
time.
delays yet. So this game will be starting on time. And who's going to start it?
Jack.
None other.
The Ripper. Right?
Brant
Jared Goff.
Herder, the big lefty, making the opening. No, it's Brant Herder is the opener for this one.
Why?
And Brant Herder, because he has a 1.75 ERA, Spencer.
Yeah, I'd rather have Jack Flaherty.
Well, I think you're pitching him tomorrow.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, Brant Herder is for sure. Now I'm double guessing myself
Focus,
after
Bob.
I made
Focus.
a goddamn
Focus,
post
Bob.
about it earlier. Brant Herder will be starting in his 1.75 ERA, opening for this team.
Pissing chaos.
Gotta limit De La Cruz.
Yes.
If he starts wreaking havoc on the base paths, you're going to be in trouble. But I believe Brant Herder is that guy to do so. The big lefty, 1.75 ERA, just the most dominant pitcher, honestly, this season, besides TARIK SKUBAL for this team.
No.
Yes, 1.75 ERA.
Better than Will Vest?
Yes.
Better than Tommy Canley?
ERA-wise, yes.
I don't know about
Both of
that,
them.
Bob. Don't know about that, Bob.
How
Not
many,
feeling
how many
great.
innings does he have?
A lot.
More than Will Vest or Tommy Canley?
Yes.
Probably, yeah, he doesn't.
Brant Herder, yeah, I will not accept any Brant Herder shade. He's one of the most
All right.
underrated
Relax,
pitchers
Bob.
this season.
I'm
I'm getting a weird look from Brady over here, too.
I'm not
But
saying
for the
I'm not
Detroit
saying
Tigers,
He's having a better year than Will Vest.
I want to get this one out real quick.
Brant Herder had a better
Kerry
year than Will
Carpenter
West?
comeback series. He's 3 for his last 19. I'm expecting a big series out of Kerry Carpenter to get off the schneid a little bit. 3 for his last 19. Want to see Kerry do some damage, and he's going to be going up against the lefty Wade Miley, who's old as dirt. So,
I was about to say,
Yeah,
how long
exactly.
has Wade Miley been in the league?
yeah, exactly.
Damn,
Would
Brant
like to
Herder
see.
has a 1.75.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
God
why I
damn.
said.
No, Brent Herder's the dog.
They call me a madman.
I mean, I'm still saying Will Vest is having a better year. But it's picking hairs at that point.
I mean,
Okay,
one guy's starting, though.
Before we get out of here, I do want to just
It's way harder.
give a shout out to White Claw, give a shout out to Ven Johnson, and give a shout out to the iconic Nemo's Bar and Grill for having us down here, man.
Shout out to
This
Brady
is
for
so
making that
much
happen,
fun.
too.
Shout
Shout
out
out.
to Brady for making it happen. Shout out to White Claw and Ven Johnson for making it happen. They put up the cash to get us out here, so this is just awesome. And all the new baseball fans, Easy talked about it. It's like 65% of the college-age kids are now new fans to watching baseball this year. Ellie De La Cruz is one of the most electric players in baseball. Pay attention to this kid. It's going to be fun. And like Nick said, you got to limit him because he is big, strong, fast, and when he gets on the base paths, he's going to steal. Him versus Dylan Dingler is going to be a really fun matchup to watch all series long. But we appreciate you guys tapping in. Make sure you smash that like button. For all the Woodward Sports fam here, Kool-Aid's here, Terry's here, Ty's here, Tim's
Neil's here.
Ryan's here, Neil just left, Schwitz and Scott in the back, Birdie, Chris.
Happy birthday,
Nick,
Corey.
Easy.
Happy birthday,
Corey.
Gabriella.
I am Spencer. We're the Heavyweights. This has been Stop 2 of the White Claw Tigers Tour. We'll see you guys on Monday. Have a good weekend. Peace.
The bad boys of Detroit sports media are here.